This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast, or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
And a pleasant good evening live from the Ardmore Tiger Stadium, where we got about 26 minutes before we kick this one off. We're actually in Noble Stadium, not in the town of Noble. We're in Ardmore, Oklahoma, for a big district showdown. And Jay, you know, we've said this, and it's an old expression, it doesn't get any bigger than this, but it does. Everything's on the line as far as district standings, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later because I'm not concerned about planning and prepping for next week's game because this is the most important game, and Coach will tell you, too, is this a team, a Macarthur team, that can put four quarters together? That's really what we want to see is, are we able to do that?
Yeah, we've seen some games where we've really done pretty well. We seem to have played very well, and we put a half together, and then the second half we seem to make a lot of mistakes. Then the next game we'll play a terrible first half and then just come back like gangbusters and win the game because we play a great second half. I'm like Coach. I'd like to see us put together a full game, especially going into playoffs. And you know you're in. You just don't know where you're at when you're in.
Yeah, and the thing is, I know that we could finish second, third, or fourth. And by the way, before, if you second, you would host a playoff game in traditional years. But with COVID, that we have it now is the top four teams the top, four teams will host a playoff game. So whether we finish second, third, or fourth, we know we're going to play next week. It's who that is. And we'll talk a little bit about that with Coach and a little bit more. But we got 25 minutes before we kick this one off. We've got so much to talk about in the pregame. We've got the coaches show and so much more. We'll come back and start it all off for you right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
It's a calling that's kept us free. It's a place to belong. What's the calling? It's doing a job that makes a difference. Serving your community and your country. It's part-time service where the impact is full-time. What's your calling? Air Force Reserve.
Arrow Sign Company has been serving Oklahoma and surrounding states for over 60 years. As a family-owned business, our focus has always been on driving people to your door, not just selling you a sign. From custom sign design and manufacturing to installation and service, Arrow Sign has the knowledge and experience to deliver the ideal sign for you while using materials of the highest quality to ensure that your sign will look great for years and years to come. We design and manufacture our signs for longevity, so you get the greatest return on investment possible. Arrow Sign Company, helping your business thrive since 1955.
Becker-Raybon Funeral Home has been serving the funeral needs of Southwest Oklahoma since 1940 and is owned by the Raybon family. We believe family ownership makes a great difference in the care and service your family receives. Their staff is eager to find ways to assist you. Whether it's with live streaming or benefit assistance, we can help.
When it comes to measuring personal levels of service, there are other funeral homes. And then there is ours, Becker Raybon Funeral Home, 1502 Fort Sill Boulevard.
Are you looking for more than just a job? Paris Foods in Lawton offers a career with a competitive starting wage, opportunity for advancement, life and health insurance, including medical, dental, and vision, as well as 401k retirement plan. At Bar S, you can be proud of a company that gives back to the community. But most of all, you can take pride from making a quality product. Bar S Foods, making the best tasting hot dogs and smoked sausages, the food America likes to eat. So come be a part of a winning team and start your path to success today.
At Bill Miller and Noble Heating and Air Conditioning, we take pride in our quality air conditioner and heater repair and replacement services, as well as providing the highest customer satisfaction. Bill Miller and Noble Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving Lawton and the surrounding area for over 25 years. We have the knowledge, equipment, and trained technicians to take care of all your heating and cooling needs. Give us a call. Bill Miller and Noble Heating and Air, 355-1811.
Bridges and Buckner Dentistry at 1802 Northwest 52nd Street has over 32 years of combined experience. They serve Southwest Oklahoma for implant placement and final restorations using guided surgery and CEREC technology. This enables them to do same-day crowns in the office. Call to set up your appointment today or visit them online at bridgesandbucknerdentistry.com.
And we're back here at Noble Stadium, home of the Ardmore Tigers, as you see the Alabama A there at the midfield 50 stripe. And it's time now for your pregame show, brought to you by Crystal Miller at 1104 Southwest B Avenue. Phone 581-0970 in this crazy year of 2020. What does your taxes look like? Well, you got a tax preparer that can help you in personal, in business. She will take care of you right. Crystal and her whole staff is ready to meet your tax needs at 1104 Southwest B Avenue. Phone 580-0970. It's also your keys to the game. It's brought to you by Lawton Optical at 205 Southwest C Avenue. Phone 355-4509. Eyewear to suit your needs with stylish frames and a whole lot more. It's Lawton Optical. Well, basically, Jay, it's maybe a broken record for me. I think it's kind of start out fast, eliminate turnovers, and play four quarters. The keys to the game, I think, is really if you want to be a second-place team in this district, you got to play flawless football. And, it starts with, not jumping off sides. It's discipline. How can you do that when you've not played in a couple of weeks? It's difficult. This is a year that, you play a game and then you're off for 2 weeks or a week, and then you play a game and then you're off. And I think Coach is going to say this in the coaches show too, is that if he said back in June, if we would have played 8 games, he thought that, that's never going to happen. So he's just pleased that out of a 10-game regular season, we missed Duncan, and that was because of a COVID issue with the coach not being able to schedule that game. And then last week we were supposed to play Capitol Hill. That had nothing to do with COVID. That was eligibility, and they just didn't have enough to field the team.
Right. And, it's been weird. I mean, I think everybody's ready for 2020 to be over, but we want to finish this season strong and see how far we can go in the playoffs and how good we really are. I'm going to tell you, Macarthur needs to eliminate big plays on defense, make sure they don't give up those big plays. And offensively, they've got to be able to run the football. They cannot let Ardmore make them one-dimensional and make them do things they don't want to do. They don't want to have to drop back and throw the ball every down. So we've got to be able to run the football, be able to do what we do, play our game, and I think Macarthur will be fine.
We've got about 18 minutes before we kick this one off. We've got the coaches show coming up right around the corner, and we'll do that after this break. But this pregame that continues brought to you by Crystal Miller, 1104 Southwest B Avenue, phone 581-0970. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Since 1908, Cameron University has served students from all over the world. With nearly 50 degrees in 2-year, 4-year, and graduate programs, we have something to inspire you. Health and wellness facilities plus a wide variety of clubs and activities will help you find your perfect fit. Small class sizes allow you to be yourself while discovering your future potential as part of the Aggie family. Come experience the Axe. Enroll today at www.cameron.edu.
When it comes to your new home or remodeling project, build it right with Comanche Home Center. Our professional staff can help you every step of the way to make sure you get the best lumber, tools, and supplies to tackle any job imaginable. Give us a call today for a free estimate. Want to take the stress out of your next remodel or building project? Comanche Home Center can deliver all the lumber, supplies, and tools right to you. When you're done, they'll pick up anything you don't use and give you credit towards your next project. Give Comanche Home Center a call today for a free estimate.
Comanche County Memorial Hospital is proud to care for our patients through all phases of life, from our tiniest patients in the region's only NICU, comprehensive heart care, emergency services, orthopedics, robotic surgery, to home health and hospice. The staff and physicians provide quality care with advanced technology for all of your healthcare needs. Your community hospital, our family caring for yours.
My mind on you, and everywhere I turn is a reminder from the sparkle in her eyes.
4D Landscaping and Irrigation has been providing top-rated professional landscape and irrigation services for the past 25 years. They take your vision for that perfect landscaping project for your home, new construction, or business and make it a reality with their easy financing options. You'll want to make sure to ask them about their seasonal services too. 4D Landscaping and Irrigation. Call 510-9983.
Time once again for our coaches show, and unfortunately for football fans, this is week 10. This is the final regular season game. I didn't know if we were going to get there. I didn't even know if we were going to have a season to begin with. We talked about that. I didn't know how complete of a season. I know we visited a little bit on the coaches show the other day, and you're pleased that we got in as many games as we did. Kind of give an overview of kind of the season as a whole with all of the COVID stuff.
Well, you know, we started in June being able to do workouts and all that, and from the very beginning, this could be our last day. I mean, you just never know. And so, if you would have told me back in June when we started that we would be playing our 8th game of the year, I would have taken it for sure.
Well, we've got a good one, a matchup that we're very familiar with. It's got its own little history. I remember that was our only loss the year we won the state title, so maybe that's a good thing, to have that game there. But this is really not really for a district championship, but it has high implications, and we've talked a little bit about this on our coaches show, and we'll review again here today for those who may have missed that. With all the scenarios, we could either be second, third, or fourth just in one game. So you talk about nothing can be any bigger than that. So give us a little rundown of what has to take place for us to get second, and then from there.
Yeah, like you said, there's a lot of different scenarios. First of all, if we win by 7 or more, we're second place, and that's really the goal. That's really what we want. That lets us host a first round, not only the play-in round, but also a first round playoff game. So that's really what we want. If we win by 6, it goes to a coin toss between us and Duncan, who gets second and who gets third, because that will make us tied in every other way. So if we win by 5 or less, then we're third place, and if Ardmore beats us, then we're fourth place. So, yeah, there's a lot riding on this one game.
Something silly. Are you a heads or tails guy when you make those decisions?
You know, I probably ought to ask our captains, because we have won, just about every coin toss. There might have been one that we didn't win, so I probably ought to ask them what they've been calling.
When I did youth sports, I always told my kids to do heads. I know a lot of them say tails never fails, but I was always the heads guy, so I took my chances. It's 50-50, so it doesn't like you've got some mythical, magical thing behind it. Okay, so X's and O's, breakdown of a team that we're not familiar with as much because the complexity has changed. They're not the flex bone typical Ardmore that we're normally seeing. So breakdown for our viewers here of what we can expect to see.
Yeah, Ardmore's been flexbone for quite a while now, since I believe the 2012 season is when they went to the flexbone, and they always ran it well, but they always kind of dabbled in a little shotgun. And the last several years, especially, we're hearing stuff like they're going to do more. They're going to get rid of the flexbone, then they don't, and then they but anyway, I think what happened is they've been wanting to do this for a while. They finally got a quarterback that they feel like can throw the ball around a little bit, and they do. He's a sophomore who's a tall, skinny kid who has got a good arm and can run a little bit too, and he's a good player. So they are full spread now as compared to the 96% run team that we've been playing the last almost decade. So they do a good job. They've got a couple of receivers that are good. They run some jet sweep to one particular guy who's really fast, and they do a good job. It's kind of surprising, and probably a testament to their coaching staff how well they have made this adjustment from a run team, because you got to think these those guys playing. The guys that are seniors, they've been playing in the flexbone since they were, in seventh grade, and that's all they've been doing. So to be able to make this adjustment and be as good of a spread offense as they are is pretty impressive. Defensively, their head coach was their defensive coordinator before he was the head coach. He's always run the defense, and he does a great job. They mix it up between a three-man front and a four-man front. Really well, which I always like having the ability to do that with our defense, and it just keeps offenses on their toes and makes sure that the offensive linemen really know what they're doing and are using their rules to be able to block it.
And what is your keys to the game for a win?
Well, we've talked about this probably more with our team than we have, and I feel like we have yet to play our best football. We have, we've played some really good halves. Our second half against Eisenhower was really good. Our first half against El Reno, our first half against Noble, and then didn't play as well. And particularly in the Noble game, I feel like we had them to the point that we could have beaten them by, 4, maybe 5 touchdowns. We were in control. We were doing really good, and then started turning the ball over. And so the main key this week is we've got to hold on to the ball. We can't turn it over, and we're going to have to tackle on defense. They've got a good running back, and he's a load. He's a big kid, and we're going to have to tackle him low and get him stopped before he gets started.
What's it like taking the trip to Ardmore? I know we do this on a semi-annual basis, so to close out the season.
I don't mind a road game. Obviously, Cameron is where we're probably the most comfortable, and like anybody would be. But when there's something kind of nice about getting on a bus and everybody just kind of puts their headsets on and sleeps or whatever. It's always just eerily quiet on a bus ride. I don't know what people think a bus ride's like, but ours are really quiet, and it's not a bad thing to just kind of be by yourself for a little bit, for an hour and a half, and get yourself mentally ready to play.
And who has the rights to carrying out the hammer for this week?
Devin Bush. He gained it, for his couple of big hits in the Altus game. So it's been in his locker for 2 weeks now. When I handed it out to him, he said, when he took it from me, he said, "It's back home."
Well, and since he's a junior, maybe it can stay all year long next year.
Yeah, we could give it to him every game. We spread it out, but he sure is a physical linebacker and a physical runner.
Yeah, he's really coming into his own. We really like his junior season. Can't wait to see him continue on throughout the playoffs and, of course, next year. It's a big one. It's Ardmore and Macarthur on the road, and it's coming up next right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
It's time to start cracking it, cooking it, buttering it, grilling it, baking it, brewing it. McDonald's fires up the griddle every morning so you can start digging in and enjoying it. And saving with the Mix and Match deal. Choose from Sausage McMuffin with egg, Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit, or Bacon, Egg, and Cheese McGriddles, 2 for just $4. Add any size soft drink for just $1. Make your morning routine a little better.
Nobody moves more real estate than Pam and Barry's team.
And that's why our clients keep coming back to us.
We had some friends that recommended the Pam and Barry team, and they exceeded all of our expectations.
Our home sold in 3 days. It was a wonderful and easy experience.
And we would love to help you.
So follow the signs of Pam and Barry's team at RE/MAX at 248-8800. We're not bragging, we're just applying for a job.
Looking for an opportunity to advance in the workplace? Republic Paperboard Company in Lawton, Oklahoma offers competitive wages as well as excellent benefits. Republic is a quality producer of paperboard products used in the manufacturing of gypsum wallboard with advanced technology and a committed staff, and makes them one of the premier paperboard companies in the U.S. using 100% recycled paper fiber. Republic Paper partners with many local organizations to build a better community. Go to republicpaperboard.com.
Feet. We use them every day, working, playing, and usually taking them for granted. If your feet hurt, see the professionals at Southwest Foot and Ankle Clinic. They've been serving Southwest Oklahoma for the past 36 years, providing the highest quality care and combining the latest technology with old-fashioned Oklahoma compassion. With 3 locations to serve you, Lawton, Duncan, and Altus. Call today or visit us online at swokfoot.com.
Welcome back on the road to Noble Stadium here in Ardmore, Oklahoma. It's time now for your coin toss. It's brought to you by Hop and Sack. The Hop and Sack right across from Macarthur High School. Whether it's a quick stop, you want some snacks on the go or on the run, it's your Hop and Sack. It is your Macarthur headquarters at 45th and Gore. So the Ardmore Tigers in their all maroon with white numbers, and the Macarthur Highlanders have gone with their gold pants and their white jerseys away and green numbers, as our head official is giving the last minute of instructions. Believe it or not, Jay, this is week 10 already. The season is over. We're talking about playoffs next week. Coach talked about it. We could finish 2nd, 3rd, or 4th all in this contest, but we control our own destiny. You win by 7, simply, we are going to be 2nd place. 6, it's a coin toss with Duncan. 5 or less, it's 3rd place. And if we lose to the Ardmore Tigers tonight, we are in 4th place. And we'll kind of talk a little bit about who those opponents could be. But we'll find out. There's the coin in the air. It's on the ground. And he's going to repeat what he's got and then say, is that what he said? Okay, we're going to choose positions. And we're going to say, you want the ball? So it looks like the Ardmore Tigers have deferred. So they won the coin toss, and the Macarthur Highlanders will get the ball and to receive to start in this contest. We've got 4 minutes before we kick this one off. Let's give you your starting lineups. It's brought to you by Splash Pools and Spas, 249 East Gore, right close to the railroad tracks, right close to Mike's Sports Grill. You can't miss them. It's Splash Pools and Spas, and yes, you may be closing down the pool season, but this is spa season. So let's give you your starting lineups for your Macarthur Highlanders, which we've kind of seen many different faces when it comes to quarterback play, and we'll start off with our quarterbacks that will rotate around. We've got Gage Graham. We will see some of Isaiah Gray and Montez Edwards all in receiving, sometimes a wildcat. So you kind of put, who is the starter? Well, we've got 3, but really Gage Graham is our starting quarterback, number 2, and then you got Hicks, Kemper, Mays, Pope, Vernon, Tato, McCormick, Phillips, and Tabatama is is for your offensive linemen. Then over on your defensive starters, when you see most of them will play both ways, and we've even got to mention Devin Bush, because not only do we see him on defense, but we really liked his play on offense. Coach is trying to use him more but not wear him out, because we really need him on defense, but boy, can he run the ball, and he is a spark when needed. That is Devin Bush. But you've got your starters on both sides. It's brought to you in part by Splash Pools and Spas, 249 East Gore. It is now spa season, and the Ardmore Tigers are going to come racing out of their inflatable. And they have a tiger, but it's inside the inflatable. You really can't see it until they bust out of it. And the Macarthur Highlanders, they've huddled on the sidelines. We get 2:27 before we kick this off. We'll have one final time off, and we're ready to tee it up and kick it off here momentarily. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Hi, Jay Burke here with some great news. J&J Burke Heating and Air has joined forces with 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning, the largest home services company in North America. We're now J&J Burke 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning, and that means even better service, better pricing, and better warranties for you. Our trucks will look different and our name is a little longer, but our commitment to you hasn't changed. I'm Jay Burke with J&J Burke 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning, and you can still count on me.
Whether you're building the house of your dreams or just doing a simple remodel, Hard Rock Surfaces would love to help you find top quality natural stone countertops to fit your style and budget. Give Hard Rock Surfaces a call today for a free estimate.
At Brady's Design Center, we have a large selection of stylish tile, carpet, wood flooring, custom cabinets, furniture, and all kinds of accessories to make your home one of a kind. Give Brady's Design Center a call today for a free estimate.
All right, welcome back to Noble Stadium, home of the Ardmore Tigers. It's Week 10 across the state of Oklahoma. Many games already started across the network. We have 11 games on the Oklahoma Sports Network going on to finish out Week 10, and your kickoff is brought to you by Wayne's Drive-In with 2 locations to serve you. Number 7 Southwest Sheridan Road, 6810 Northwest Cache Road. Hey, everyone, let's go to Wayne's. Kickoff is going to be short and is going to be tapped out of bounds.
I think he called fair catch.
Oh, he called fair catch right at the corner of the 30. So basically, that's where we're going to start, 1st and 10. So Comanche Home Center is your first quarter sponsor. Comanche Home Center, helping Lawton and Southwest Oklahoma build it right and grow since 1967. 2 locations, of course, for Railroad and, of course, the Ace on the west side of town. So it's 1st and 10 for the Macarthur Highlanders. Gage Graham and company is going to shift over immediately with all 3 shift, fake the toss, coming back the other side. What a good play. Gets away from one big defender, but only all of that excitement with a shift over gets you 1 yard.
Yeah, it's kind of a counter. I mean, they faked a pitch coming right and then counter back come the other way. So trying to catch them off balance.
Well, they tried a little razzle-dazzle, but, a little bit of staying home and staying disciplined. They're basically daring us to throw, loading the box, the Ardmore Tigers in the first drive for the Macarthur Highlanders. Oh, and it's an in-air snap, was able to get it off. Gage Graham is able to just take a lemonade out of the lemons that he was dished and had to pick it up off the turf and run to the far side of the field, and he is tackled for a loss of a yard. So this is going to bring down a 3rd down and long. May have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage, but that could have been a fumble turnover, and we talked about how you want to be able to get that. Oh, another inerrant snap, has to get away, sets and throws, and it's over the head, and that's going to be a 3 and out for the Macarthur Highlanders, and only not even a minute has he eclipsed off the clock, and we're going to sit up in a punting situation.
Yeah, but you really wanted to try to get something established there on your first drive, but man, that's a quick throw.
Well, you had two bad snaps, and Gage Graham had to readjust, and it's all a timing route. So back to punt, standing back is 20. Ardmore's return man at the 40 gets this one kicked. It's going to be short. It's going to one hop and field, and then actually get an Ardmore bounce and roll to the 50, and then they're going to say right at the 50-yard line. So a 3 and out, and then you give your opponent only a half a field to work with, and a 1st and 10 right outside the 50-yard line for the Ardmore Tigers.
We're going to play good defense here. They're going to try to come at you, but Macarthur's been pretty good this year about really trying on first down, trying to limit those big plays. So let's see if we can do it again.
So as Coach said, this is not going to be the triple option that we normally see. This will be ground and pass and a lot of sweeps, and this is a jet sweep going to the far side of the field. Has got a pickup and more. He's off to the races. I don't think he'll step out of bounds. He'll go to the 10, to the 5, and off the first handoff, jet sweep going to the other side. Ardmore scores a touchdown, and it's 6-0 just like that.
Boy, he's fast.
And I saw that against Noble. I saw that a little bit when they played Duncan, and it can be all night if you aren't going to be able to stop that. And usually Macarthur knows when they play like a Lawton High, they get someone hits the edge in the corner, you better look out. Katie, bar the door, because he is going to jet sweep his way into another score. So he had a late comer to the PAT attempt coming up. It's 6-0 with 10:47 just underway in the first quarter, and the first possession for the Ardmore Tigers gets 6. Ball down, kick up, kick on its way. We have got this is going to be offsides on the defense, so a flag in the play, and whether they are going to accept the penalty or decline it and kick from there, because you'll just do half the distance of the goal, so they'll move it just a little bit closer. In the PAT, remember the years we declined it because we like to have that rhythm of where because you start kicking where you're not normally used to kicking. And so just like that, the Ardmore Tigers find themselves up 6-0 in the PAT. Second attempt is blocked, goes in the interior. And that's why you say about moving up. It changes the trajectory. That could be an interesting situation when we get down to the end of this ball game. We're going to take a timeout and be back right after this. And there's the block right there by your instant replay by your Lawton Firefighters. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
It's a calling that's kept us free. It's a place to belong. What's the calling? It's doing a job that makes a difference. Serving your community and your country. It's part-time service where the impact is full-time. What's your calling? Air Force Reserve.
Okay, back here at the Noble Stadium, and just like that, the Ardmore Tigers up 6-0 on their first play from scrimmage at the 50-yard line. It's a 50-yard dash to the end zone, and the PAT is no good. Kickoff by your Wayne's drive-in kickoff, fielded at the 5, now taken to the 10s. Got some room at the 15, now the 20, off to the race to the 40. Oh, and he's tripped up right there at the 45-yard line, but he was going to take it to the house. Nazir Kemper on a great return, just what the doctor ordered. You got to answer points with points, as you see on our Lawton Firefighters instant replay. What a great run by Nazir Kemper.
The most explosive player you have on your team, and that guy's got to have the ball. There's just no doubt about it.
So Gage Graham and company, and let's see if we can get some of our snaps online. We had 2 inerrant snaps, one that hit the turf, the other one hit his hand in the wrong way, and we need to be able to kind of get some rhythm going here for the Macarthur Highlanders. Got a man in motion, rolling to the far side of the field, looking to pick up, and then he decides to run, and only gets maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. It looks like he had some room on the corner, and it looks like his receiver downfield was covered up, so he had to tuck it and run. Wasn't really a run play option, but nonetheless, the Macarthur Highlanders find themselves a 2nd down and 9. So you need some positive yards. You need some run yards. You need to Get yourself maybe not on 3rd and long. Boy, they're really showing a blitz, package, end around, and then the ball's on the turf. There's a mad dash for it. Oh, and then finally a Macarthur Highlander at the last second is able to, is that Hicks? It's Pope. Von Pope is able to jump on it just at the last second because the ball squirted out, and man, it was a mad dash, and that could have been disastrous because they would have set up at about the 36-yard line. And what we say, turnovers. Any kind of penalties. It is 3rd down and forever with 9:42 left to go here in this first quarter, down by 6. Straight back to pass. Looking outfield, sets up the screen. It's caught. Now to the 40. 45, still on his feet at the 50. Oh, man, that would have been special if he would have got the first down, but he gets down inside Ardmore territory at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, that's a really good play. I mean, that's a good middle screen setup. Breaks. If he can get past this guy, he's gone.
Had some extra room for Isaiah Gray, but nonetheless, looks like the Highlanders are going to go for it or try to make them jump off sides. It's 9-10. This is the second opportunity. So the first possession for the Highlanders was a 3-and-out. They punted, ball at the 50-yard line. Ardmore with a jet sweep going the far side of the field, goes 50 yards, pay dirt, and touchdown. So we're going for it. It's a handoff to Nazir Kemper as he faked the jet sweep, and I think he's going to be a yard short, indeed. So it's going to be a turnover on downs. And unfortunately, Nazir Kemper, if you see this, as he kind of stutters like he's going to go jet wide and then right up the middle, just right up there. It's a decent design play, but wasn't able to get away from enough defenders to get the first down.
Yeah, that's just one of those things. They covered it well, and you're a yard short. So
well, and Ardmore very disciplined on defense, as you can see. And so they've stopped the Highlanders twice. They've only had one play, and it was for 6. In the shotgun formation, man in motion. Handoff coming to the near side of the field, to the 50, 40. Then he's still on his feet, and there's going to be a mad dash run down to the 30. He's got the Jets on at the 20, and he will score. Can you believe this? This is 2 plays in a row. 2 plays, 2 touchdowns, and that is by Antone Scallion, and he is a junior, 6'1", 212-pound running back, and I cannot believe this, but it is 2 plays, 2 scores for Ardmore. One was at the 50-yard line, and that was where do we start? At the 40?
That's about the 42.
42 of theirs on their 42.
58-yard.
So a 58-yard touchdown followed by the 50-yard touchdown in the PAT. Now they missed the PAT, and they're going to go for 2 to try to make it 14 and be all over this Macarthur Highlander team who's going to have to try to answer some kind of points. They got to find themselves with 8:40 left to go in the first quarter. Kind of shift over. This should be an illegal formation, but they are going to skirch in, and that's going to be for 2. So the 2-point conversion is good. It is 14-0. Ardmore. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Sign Company has been serving Oklahoma and surrounding states for over 60 years. As a family-owned business, our focus has always been on driving people to your door, not just selling you a sign. From custom sign design and manufacturing to installation and service, AeroSign has the knowledge and experience to deliver the ideal sign for you while using materials of the highest quality to ensure that your sign will look great for years and years to come. We design and manufacture our signs for longevity, so you get the greatest return on investment possible. AeroSign Company, helping your business thrive since 1955.
Okay, back here at Noble Stadium, and so if you just joined us, Ardmore jumped out. Macarthur Highlanders went a 3-and-out, kicked off. They took it from the 50-yard line, scored on the jet sweep to the far side of the field, missed the PAT. It was 6-0, and then we go another out with a 4th down going for it. Don't get the first down conversion. And the very next play, so 2 plays, 2 scores. The 2-point conversion is good to make it 14 all year. Wayne's drive-in kickoff. It's brought to you by Wayne's with 2 locations to serve you. Waits for a setup block for Nazir Kemper, and he's only going to get it this time only up to the 25-yard line. So you find yourself in a hole. You're just going to basically have to shake this one off. You're on the road. You're down 14-0 with 8:28. It starts with the first score. You're going to have to build on some momentum. You're going to have to build on some kind of positive note that you can get, and especially on a positive drive. So let's see what the Highlanders dial up. Gage Graham in the shotgun formation. have one back next to his left. Surveys the defense, straight back to pass, little outlet, and then Pope is able to come down with it. Still off the races at the 40, 45, 40. He's looking for defenders, and he's finally going to get raced down at about the 25-yard line, and that is Hicks. Mays. Damian Mays. So Mays is just, look at how he squirts out of there. Nothing special, but, two defenders kind of run into each other, and then it's off to the races, and then they kind of look back of who's on the side, who's behind, just run north and south. So they go straight up to the line, ready to go again, knocking at the door, trying to get outside the red zone, stacked up with two backs deep. Nazir Kemper gets the counter, and then he has tracked down. That defensive end stayed at home because otherwise he would have got at least a first down, and we're right outside the 22-yard line, knocking at the door with 8 minutes, and you got to score and answer points with points because it's 14 unanswered points, 2 plays, 2 scores for the Ardmore Tigers.
Macarthur, all they have to think about right here is picking up first downs. So you just got to get a first down. It's 2nd down and 8. You just got to be able to run the football, and you've got to be able to run the football.
So 7:45. Gage Graham's got Nazir Kemper in motion. Jet sweep is to Nazir. Nazir turns the corner at the 20, and then a shoestring tackle right outside the 19-yard line, and that is going to be a red zone opportunity for the first time tonight for the Highlanders. It's a Taco Mayo red zone. Taco Mayo in your Tex-Mex taste.
That's a very good play. Now you're at 3rd down and about 4, and you've got 2 down. You're in 2 down territory, so you don't have to make it all here on this 3rd down.
So it's another handoff. Oh, and he is met. Nazir Kemper, hello. Say hello to the defensive line. There's Bryce Allen there and a host of others for the Ardmore Tigers who fill the gap and meet him high and take him down. And your Lawton Firefighters instant replay, proudly supporting the community they serve. Clock will continue to roll, 6:50, and Jay, here's decision time. We've not really seen field goal attempts, so we're going to go for it. And it's really a 4th and 5. You need something for a 5-yard pickup. Otherwise, it's turnover on downs. So let's see what we can dial up.
Better hurry up.
Very important. Yeah, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. It's going to be a delay of game. You better call timeout. They get it snapped right at the 1 second. Gage Graham's going to throw, and that's going to be incomplete, trying to go down to the 10-yard line. And that is going to be a turnover on downs. So the Highlanders 2 times go for it on 4th down. They get inside Ardmore territory, right outside the 42-yard line, and then turn the ball over on downs. This time the Highlanders get down to the 19-yard line and turnover on downs, where now, and this is the worst field position for Ardmore tonight, they had it at the 50 and then their own 42, and now they're back at their own 19 with 6:23 left to go here in the first quarter. It's your Comanche Home Center first quarter. Comanche Home Center, helping Lawton and Southwest Oklahoma build it right and grow since 1967. Got a man in motion, high snap, able to take that one down, and finally, this is the first time that something didn't work. We got a flag in the play, a flag that's late, and I don't know if this is verbal. I don't know if this is something that was said, because this is a dead ball foul. This is after the play. So we're going to figure this one out.
Yeah, well, they never really snapped the ball there. Nothing went, so I don't know how. I don't know what they're going to call here. I don't think they know what they're going to call.
Well, they're huddled up with air. Welcome to Week 10 with great matchups throughout the network on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We do have Blanchard and Tuttle in a big district showdown. Dead ball. No, it's a false start there against Ardmore. And that's really going to be okay, now dead ball, personal foul against MacArthur. So there was something said, and they didn't like it. So now you back them up 5, and then you get the penalty to assess where Ardmore is just going to march right on down.
That's a first down.
And get a first down. Or, no, shy about a yard. No, that's going to.
It's got to be.
If they did the math, you're right.
It's got to be.
Yeah, because it was a 15-yard penalty, 5-yard penalty with that. You give them 15. So this is not what you have in the game plan scripted for the MacArthur Highlanders. And this is going to be in the shotgun formation. Another handoff, getting around the corner. Windmills gets about 10 yards on the carry, and that's, again, is Antone Scallion. I just think he's a junior, so exciting for the Ardmore.
There's another late flag.
Okay, so if we've got stuff that's being said, I mean, I don't really want to get overly penalized. Personal foul against the Highlanders again. This is kind of uncharacteristic. There it is. It's a late push. I think it was Phillips, is got a little bit of extracurricular. Yep, Talon Phillips gave a little bit of heave-ho. A little probably didn't like what was going on in the trenches, but it's always what was seen second, not necessarily what was first. And that's unfortunate. That's another 15-yard pickup without them having to do anything. So inside Macarthur Highlander territory at the 45-yard line with 6:10 left to go, not even halfway through the first quarter. High snap. Coming to the near side of the field, handoff, and boy, they got the Jets on this as they hit the corner, and they get all the way down, stepped out of bounds at about the 27-yard line.
Well, that kid can run.
There's two of them.
He hits
got a flag, though, that's back down at the 40, so this could be maybe a holding. Maybe this is the first time that Ardmore has got something negative going their way. Outside of the first, it is a hold. So they jumped off sides, and they got a hold, and then Macarthur gave them two big, they gave them 30 yards with two 15-yard penalties. So we're going to mark this back from the spot foul at the 40 and march them back 10 yards. So this is the first negative for the Ardmore Tigers as they scored on their first two plays from scrimmage. One a 50-yard touchdown and then the other a 52-yard touchdown. No, a 62-yard touchdown. So 5:57 left to go here in the first quarter. So halfway through the first quarter. Got a man in motion. It's a handoff coming to the near side of the field. Makes one man miss at the 40. Makes another at the 30. Takes a host of Highlanders to take him down, trying to strip the ball there at the 20-yard line. And then finally get him corralled down and taken down. Well, this is a hard run right here if you'll look at the...
He's down too.
Well, he had like 4 or 5 Macarthur Highlanders that were on him. And, boy, I'll tell you what, that can be a game changer if you can take something like that out. But you know what? When you're trying extra yards, you're trying to push it, trying to make something happen, and then something like that could happen. So as they attend to the down Ardmore Tiger, we'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Back to action and a high snap. It goes over his head. The quarterback has to make a mad dash for it. There's a kick around for it. Don't just jump. Don't try to scoop and score. Just get on it right there. And there's the Highlanders with the first turnover of the night inside Ardmore territory at the 36-yard line. That's just what the doctor ordered.
That's number 22 is able to get this ball, and he just keeps going. It's way over his head. Just keeps going and keeps going. And you can't. It's really hard to tell a kid just jump on it because he thinks he can pick that up and scoop and score. That's his whole year right there.
Big mad dash for it, and so an injured Ardmore Tiger was taken off. And now with 5:24 left to go here in the first quarter, still looking for our first points for the Macarthur Highlanders. Little scoop dish, looking to pass back, and then he's going to find, and then a little bit of inside traffic. They were waiting for that as trying to go to Montez Edwards, who was double-teamed. So it was a little pitch back to Isaiah Gray. He stops and throws, so a little trickeration with a trick play, trying to go in the near side and nothing doing, so it brings up a 2nd down and 10. So usually when you have a team like that and you rock them, it's an opportunity to try to set the big one right there.
Well, they're playing two deep safeties, so they're not going to let you get something over top of them. So, and they're backing out. It's constantly backing out.
Gage Graham, handoff, coming to the near side. Oh, and then patiently almost gets the ball stripped, but Isaiah Gray gets a turnaround and gets down to about the 31-yard line. With 5 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. 14-0 your score. Ardmore scored on their first 2 possessions and 1 play possessions. And that's been the storyline, and a fumble recovery for the Highlanders set them shop with Pope getting the ball and is able to stretch out the first down and gets it down to about the 26-yard line.
That's all you got to do is get a first down. That's all you got to do.
So it's not Pope and it's not Devin Bush either, unless Devin Bush is wearing 34. I think that's got to be Devin.
I think that's Bush.
I think that's Bush, and maybe there's a jersey problem with not having 30, but we don't have a 34, so I guess we'll claim on that. Straight back to pass. Gage Graham's got a man wide open. It is caught, and he will
That's a touchdown.
Cross and score. Touchdown, Macarthur!
Yeah, he's able to just get wide open. You can just see him make this play, and it's really a good throw and a good route.
So got that with 4:31 left to go in the first quarter, and the Highlanders finally get their first points on the board. And the PAT coming up. Ball down, kick up, kick on its way, and this kick is good. So it's 14-7. Now it's interesting. 4:31 left to go in the first quarter. We'll take a timeout and be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network. All right, welcome back here to Noble Stadium. It's now 14-7. The Highlanders finally get their first unanswered points after Ardmore took it to them, and a fumble recovery was able to set them up in decent field position inside Ardmore territory, and they take advantage of it, and you make it a 14-7 game. Time now for your kickoff. It's a Wayne's drive-in kickoff. 2 locations to serve you. Number 7 Southwest Sheridan Road, 6810 Northwest Cache Road. Hey, everyone, let's go to Wayne. So the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. Waiting for the official. And that's what you needed, Jay. You had to answer your points with points. You couldn't let this get a runaway for you in the first half. A bullet strike that's going to actually wobble down to about the 23-yard line, picked up and then taken down defensively. So now the Macarthur Highlander defense, special teams, has come up with a big play.
That's a good job. Couldn't see who that was that made that tackle. That's a good open field tackle.
Don't forget you can enjoy us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Hey, we've got many games going on the network, a lot of them for district implications. We've got the Tuttle and Blanchard matchup on OSN1. We also have Cache playing Weatherford, Lawton High, and Dell City. Us and Ardmore, these are big games. District implications. Third possession for the Ardmore Tigers. 2 of them were scores. The other one was a fumble. It's a chase down, trying to get around the corner, and then finally runs out of real estate and gets to about the 30-yard line, and that's going to be a jet sweep carry by Jalen Reed, the junior, 6'3". Boy, they've got some tall receivers, tall running backs, 6'1", 6'2". I mean,
but they don't have a lot of really beefy people. If you notice, even their offensive line doesn't look that.
But they're using speed.
They're just going to run side to side and try to run you to death.
Pretty much, and then that kind of wears your defense out. But it's a second down and very short, 2nd and 3, with 4:21 left to go in the first quarter. Back in the shotgun formation. It's going to be a handoff. And then finally Talon Phillips says hello. Welcome to me just taking you in the backfield. Watch this again on the instant replay. It's like
he just gets
right
through.
there, boom. Beats his man and gets a close to a 7-yard loss after the pickup. And now it's a 3rd down and long. stunt inside, and now as maybe you've woke the sleeping giant. Maybe the Macarthur Highlanders just emotionally got off the bus to come to play now, as it's 14-7 with 3:51 left to go here in the first quarter. Your Comanche Home Center first quarter. Two receivers on the far side. Straight back to pass, looking downfield, a heave-ho, and that's going to fall incomplete. It's by quarterback Cal Swanson, and by the way, he is just a sophomore. Swanson is a 6'3" sophomore, so he is here to stay for a couple of more years.
Well, I liked about the play, we had pretty good coverage, but we were able to get a push up the middle to be able to get a little bit of pressure on the quarterback and make him throw it before he wanted to. That's what you got to do if you're Macarthur. You can't let him sit back there and pick you apart.
So there is a flag in the play. What was the call? Did we see?
I didn't see that.
So 3:39 left to go here in the first quarter, and we pinned them back now for a 3rd down and long. This is where most teams don't like to be, a 3rd down and 12. Swanson back in the shotgun formation, rolling to the far side of the field, steps and throws, got a man, but it's going to fall incomplete, trying to go to Dakari Scott.
Well, the good thing I liked about this is Macarthur brings pressure. They come on a blitz. You'll see here number 35 coming on a blitz and jumps in front of him. He can see him. Trust me, that quarterback knows he's coming. He feels the heat, and he has to get rid of it faster than he wants to. And so, again, a really good play on defense.
It's noble for the Macarthur Highlanders. 3:33, and it's a punting situation. First time tonight for the Ardmore Tigers outside the 10-yard line. And what a punt this is. Deep and back, and look at this. It's going to go to the 20, maybe down to about the 15-yard line. Can you believe that punt? In high school, you don't hardly ever see that. They're going to down that at the 17. We had them pinned back at their own 21. He punted that from his about 12 or 13-yard line.
We just haven't had a whole lot of breaks this first
Well,
quarter.
Except for the fumble. I mean, the fumble which got us set up, but man, you think you're going to get decent field position, maybe the ball at midfield, and you find yourself back at your own 17-yard line, and that was all in the air. Heads up to that punter. Boy, we'd like to have him. Field position in high school is a big difference maker. As Gage Graham will set up, and two receivers on the far side going to shift over. Isaiah Gray to his right, and then a shift over tight end package. Now a man in motion. Quick pitch, and then we're going to try to go back the other way, then decides to go up the middle, sees a crease.
And this is something new.
Yes, we've not seen this all year.
No, they're just trying to punch it up the middle and
trying to find a crease in a seam, something. But you know what? It's 5-yard pickup, so it brings up a
usually it's a sweep,
second and 5.
That we do with that. And now what they're saying is once we sweep it, then just cut it right back up and go back up the field.
Well, and a lot of motion and a lot of extracurricular. It's a handoff, and, man, the delay just made them get another extra step in the defensive stop against the Highlanders, getting up to about the 22-yard line for Isaiah Gray. 2:41 left to go here in the first quarter, believe it or not. Kind of a slow first quarter. Hand clap, try to draw them off sides, and don't. Boy, that would have been a great pickup on a first down. So it's a 3rd down and about 4. Gage Graham will get a new play call coming in with 15 seconds left to go on the play clock.
Well, I know where I'm going.
Well, you got Nazir Kemper.
That's
it's
who's going to get it.
Yeah, okay, and that's a little pitch out to Kemper. Gets around the edge, around the corner, and then tucks it up, gets the first down, and the forward progress will get him to about the 30-yard line, and that will indeed be enough for a first down and move the chains.
That's a really good run there. You see him get outside, and he's going to have to cut it back. Hits the seam, gets in the seam right there, and be able to pick up that first down.
I love our fans. You know, it's the penalty was a legal procedure because we were our heads away and we missed it. So, great opportunity. Thank you so much for those who are watching. And whether you're watching at home on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, if you're on the go, if you're at a game and you're watching, we certainly appreciate you tuning into the Oklahoma Sports Network. Gage Graham, it's going to be a handoff to Isaiah Gray. Hits the corner, still on his feet, and still gets some forward momentum up to about the 36. Now, this is what you want to see from Macarthur, getting around the edge, getting creative, getting up the middle, making it down with 2nd down and shorts with 1:31 left to go here in the first quarter. And finally, there's some momentum. You got your score. We got a 14-7 ball game. And now let's see what the Macarthur Highlanders are made of.
Well, this gives you an opportunity to throw the ball here.
It's going to be a handoff, I think, to Bush, and Bush is met defensively. And
it's pretty close. He gets pretty close.
It's going to be maybe a nose of a football. I mean, it's going to be third down in inches. You're right. He stuck his nose down in there, lowered his shoulders, and tried to get the first down. I would do that same exact play. I think if he can get more than 1.5 yards, he can at least get you a half a yard here. But, we are way back in a shotgun formation. We've got substitutions coming on and off the field with 47 seconds left to go in the first quarter. It's another handoff, lowers his shoulder. Forward progress will get the first down. He'll get up to about the 41-yard line, and that's where they'll mark it. So there'll be another 1st and 10, move the chains.
Yeah, Kemper just hits the hole hard.
Kemper and Bush both give an opportunity of aggressive run style. So 38 seconds remain here in this first quarter, 14-7, Ardmore on top. They've kind of settled down from those big plays that Ardmore had. The first play from scrimmage was a score, missed the PAT, and it was 6-0. And another 3-and-out for the Highlanders. Gave the Ardmore Tigers, no, it wasn't a 3-and-out. That was a going for it, 4th down in the Ardmore 42-yard line. And the second score was a touchdown. 2-point conversion was good. Fake the toss sweep. Oh, and then finally give it to kind of an ugly reverse because it was set up where people were almost running into each other.
It's that kind of.
It's a crossing pattern.
And they're really trying to do that counter coming back the other way, and it didn't work the first time, and it didn't work this time either. And that's the end of the first quarter.
All right. So after 1 quarter of play, it's 14-7 Ardmore. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Crystal Miller CPA has been serving Lawton and the surrounding areas for the last 12 years, offering tax preparations from the simple to complex financial statement preparations for business and payroll service to keep your business running smooth. Crystal's team also offers business operation consulting to help new businesses get started. Call and set up your appointment today. Crystal Miller CPA, 581-0970, located at the Eagles Landing at 11th and B Avenue in Lawton.
Okay, welcome back to Noble Stadium. After 1 quarter of play, the Ardmore Tigers lead your Macarthur Highlanders 14-7. It's now your second quarter sponsor. It's brought to you by University Drive Church of Christ at 2716 Southwest Cornell. Over there on University Drive. Inviting you to worship on Wednesdays. Little end-around pass, steps and throws back to Isaiah Gray, and I think it's going to be a catch.
That's a catch.
And then, yes, it's going to be another first down. Yes, it is a catch right at the 40-yard line. A great throwback from Montez Edwards to Isaiah Gray get the first down.
You watch him catch that ball back here, and he throws it out pretty quick and fast enough because they're closing on him. He just got to get 1 foot down, and he's in.
So what a way to start the second quarter, marching into Ardmore territory, and just like that, on the move, Graham, handoff, trying to go to the far side of the field and just kind of gets upended as Epps gets the handoff. Well, it's kind of a little, get everybody involved in this, some fresh legs. And
well, I think you got to run it Ardmore.
Get 1 yard.
I think, to me, you got to run it Ardmore straight up because if you don't, they're fast. And you run sideline to sideline, and it's almost an equal match. I mean, I think you've got to run right at them.
Graham, little toss. Going back on the outside, gets 1 miss, drags a couple of Ardmore defenders with him.
See how
where are they going to mark that?
See how hard, that's a first down. See how hard they run right there when you get to that? I mean, that's really hard running, and you're running downhill at them. You're not waiting. And you see he just keeps pushing, keeps going.
Nazir was taking about 2 or 3 maroon jerseys with him. Your Lawton Firefighters instant replay, proudly supporting the community they serve. So back in the shotgun formation, Gage Graham had 2 backs, sends Nazir Kemper out, goes back in motion, pop, and then they're going to try to do the counter and then balls out, but they're going to say he's down right there. And there's too much of this kind of going one way, going the other, and I don't know if we've repped that enough, but it just doesn't look like we're polished enough to try to kick that back yet.
There's something they've seen because they want to cut it back
they really
fast.
they're really trying to I guess, take advantage of something that they may have seen on film. So Gage Graham back to work. It's going to be a handoff to Bush. Bush lowers his shoulder and gets down to about the 25-yard line.
Shove it down their throat. Go right at it.
And he has not only got a spark, but he's got some speed, and he is a load to bring down.
He's like a bowling ball. He's gonna knock you down. You're not going to knock him down that easy.
Gage Graham will get a new play call from the sideline. 10:08 left to go here in the second quarter. Oh, it's a high snap. Gage Graham has to pick it up, just throw it away. Oh, and then finally gets upended at the 35-yard line. So we've seen 3 bad snaps tonight. One was on the turf and then had to make something of it. The second was out of his hand and kind of collapsed. And this one, I was just glad. I was just hopefully we could have thrown it away, but is going to take the loss.
He couldn't even hardly recover. They were all over him.
So it's 4th down territory for the Highlanders, but they've got some real estate to make up with 11 yards to go to try to extend the drive. Gage Graham going for it on a 4th down, straight back to pass. Looking downfield, pumps once, then steps in the pocket, gets away from one defender, has to throw, and then into double coverage, and that's going to fall incomplete. Nazir Kemper almost had a ricochet opportunity right there, and that goes incomplete. A turnover on downs. The second time the Highlanders have gone for it on 4th down and cannot convert. And that was, we talked about flawless football. You eliminate the penalties, any kind of turnovers, but we didn't really talk about bad snaps. And so far, 3 of them tonight.
So, yeah, it's you know what? The defense has got to come up strong here. They've just really got to come up tough. And
so 9:22 left to go in the second quarter, and we did notice that the injured Ardmore Tiger, number 28, Antone Scallion, has his helmet off and he's on the bench.
He's got a big balloon thing around his knee.
Yeah, so I think he's done, and he was their biggest weapon. And boy, injuries like that can really cost you in games like this. And unfortunately for this young man, hopefully things will get better for him. Going to jet sweep, and boy, I'll tell you what, that's going to fall.
We're offsides.
Offsides against the Highlanders. Whistle dead. So we talk about, you give them 5 yards. You don't really want to give a team like this 5 yards. We'll see what Ardmore does when they've lost their number 1 running back early, whether they rebound, whether they start questioning themselves. And that's why Macarthur had to take advantage, which they did. They got the 1 score, and they're really kind of pushing them on the heels. But it's still a 14-7 ball game with 9:22 left to go in the University Drive Church of Christ second quarter. Inviting you to worship. Bible class 9:30, worship 10:30 Sunday morning. Handoff up the middle, then gets off tackle to the far side of the field. He's going to get enough to a first down, gets up to about the 45-yard line, and move the chains.
He's fast as lightning, too. He hits that hole super hard, and he is up the middle before you could even say anything. He's 5 yards down the field.
Clock continues to roll. 9:12 left to go here in the second quarter.
That's you. I think I heard him say Ardmore first down.
Oh, yeah.
All the years when I played here, I couldn't stand it.
Well, it's kind of like a bulldog first down, like when you would go to Altus. That's the same kind of thing. The public address announcers get into it. Jet sweep, pass to the near side, and track down right there close to midfield, and that's a great stop.
And that was really a good play by the running back. I mean, he basically is going to get hammered, and he stops and cuts it back upfield and is able to get something out of nothing that really looked like he was going to lose yards there.
So 8:35 left to go here in the second quarter. 14-7, Ardmore on top and with the ball at midfield. At a second down and 6.
You're going to have to bring some heat here because unless they're going to hand the ball off, they're going to try to throw that ball down the field because he sure likes to throw it right here.
Swanson
here he is.
Pumps. Oh, and then we've got a whistle dead false start. So this is going to march him 5 yards back. So already making Cal Swanson a little upset, that sophomore quarterback. 6'3", 180 pound. Hey, don't forget we got some exciting games in the network. We have 11 games, including some of the teams that we did not have in action because, with our COVID situation. We added the Blanchard-Tuttle game on OSN1. Also on Facebook Live. You can also watch that. And Cash in Weatherford. Plus Lawton High, Del City. Carl Albert and Eisenhower. Duncan in Southeast. Altus plays El Reno. Handoff Off tackle the near side and then corralled. Hate to try to just keep going for the strip, but there was a strip and a tackle, gets close to midfield. It was Damian Mays that tried to strip for the Highlanders.
And Noble, he's playing a pretty good game tonight. He's made some pretty big hits here early on.
Yep, Noble, and then sitting down as Antone Scallion. Boy, he is a very exceptional athlete who has gone out of this contest with the Ardmore Tigers and makes it a 3rd down and 6 with 7:31 left to go here in the second quarter. Highlanders showing blitz. They come, got a flag in the play, and that's stopped again.
Another false start.
And this is going to be another false start. So Swanson is upset. This is where, on the undisciplined part, and I'll tell you what, this COVID year has really not made a lot of teams in sync. This is what you normally see in weeks 2 and 3.
Well, when
in week 10,
you got the quarterback leaning forward and slapping like that, they're going to call that. And he looks like he's coming forward, and that's 2 plays in a row that he's, just almost back-to-back that he's done the exact same thing. And that's what he's telling the coach. Coach from Ardmore is not happy with that situation. But that's really the truth, because if you look like you're coming forward, that you're going to catch it, because that could be a wildcat just snap straight to you and you run it up the middle.
Correct. So that's called on the quarterback, like you said, back-to-back, a 3rd down and long. Fake the handoff and then the screen, and then that's going to be a little overthrown, and that is great defense for the Highlanders trying to go to Jalen Reed. And that brings up the 4th down.
4th down and punting. That's a good job. As I said, you don't want to give them any chance to get the ball off, and so Macarthur brings pressure. He has to get rid of it quick, and Macarthur's going to get the ball here off a punt here.
So Isaiah Gray and Montez Edwards, the 2 return men for the Macarthur Highlanders, will stand back at their own 23, 24-yard line at the 7-minute mark. It's a low snap, gets this one punted. We already talked about his great punting skills. He has to come up and dive for it.
No.
There's a muff, and it's a mad dash for it, and there's a jump on it. We'll see who has it at the 26, 27-yard line. You hate to see if you're going to call for the fair catch. If you come up, he had to come up. Looks like maybe Macarthur may have jumped on it, and that meant a saving return. Wow. I'll tell you what, that could have been disastrous. You would have given Ardmore the ball with the momentum right outside the 25-yard line, and your Lawton firefighters instant replay.
Well, you appreciate him trying to come up and not let that ball bounce down to around the 10-yard line.
Right.
But you got to make sure you field it. You can't, I know it's easy said from up here in the booth.
Fumble, yeah.
It's easy to say, oh, you should have caught that. Yeah. Huh? Well, I'm running full speed.
So Gage Graham and company set back at their own 26-yard line. In the shotgun formation. Azir Kemper in motion going to the far side of the field, and now we got a flag against the Highlanders and a false start against Big Mac.
Yeah, we just jumped on the line. And
so both teams having a little problems with the discipline of staying still or jumping off sides. We've been off sides. We've had false starts, and this is not the direction you want to go, as you're backed up now to your own 21-yard line and a 1st down and 15 with 6:45 left to go before the half. Gage Graham, little toss. Going to Isaiah Gray, gets bottled up, and then out for the 40, 35-40. He's only got one man to beat at the 40. For the 35-30, he's going to his 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Macarthur!
Yeah. You talk about speed now. I mean, this guy gets this ball
and then
it looks like he's in the middle. And then
it's a track meet.
But then you watch him push this. He's like, oh, you're going to catch me. No, you just thought you were going to catch me.
And then right inside, and just like that, the Highlanders in this contest, 14-13 of the PAT coming up, and we're not even halfway through the second quarter. So the Macarthur Highlanders have now come to play in a big way just when they were down 14-0.
Well, I think we were just flat-footed and not ready to play when we started this game.
And then something ignited, and I think a fumble recovery.
And it doesn't, 28 not being in there running like a crazy man, there's another flag.
PAT
false
up,
start.
and then we're going to, jeez Louise. And we had a latecomer to special teams. Ardmore had that earlier. It's kind of all of a sudden you see a guy that's in the tackle spot that is a big gaping hole, and you're having to run him out late, and so now we're going to have to try for a little bit longer. So this will be a 25-yard PAT attempt at the 6:29 mark to try to tie this one up. Everyone stay still, gentlemen. Ball down, kick up, kick on its way, and this kick sputters and goes
It's
through.
good.
And
I don't know how it went through. I mean, I just don't know how it went through.
We're all tied up at 14 apiece. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Becker Raybon Funeral Home has been serving the funeral needs of Southwest Oklahoma since 1940 and is owned by the Raybon family. We believe family ownership makes a great difference in the care and service your family receives. Their staff is eager to find ways to assist you. Whether it's with live streaming or benefit assistance, we can help. When it comes to measuring personal levels of service, there are other funeral homes, and then there is ours. Becker Raybon Funeral Home, 1502 Fort Sill Boulevard.
And we can't wait for playoffs. That starts next week, and we're going to have a playoff season show to kind of wrap all of this stuff actually on Sunday evening because, and we'll explain at the half why, there's going to be some games played tomorrow, and a lot of teams are ranked. We go by the system, and there's our Wayne's kickoff with 2 locations to serve you, 7 Southwest Sheridan Road, 6810 Northwest Cash Road. Hey, everyone, let's go to Wayne's before and after the game. Ball teed up at the 40-yard line is going to kick end over end, and it's going to be bounced 2 hops, gets that one up off the turf, and there's a mad dash, a missed tackle, and then finally taken back. The ball comes out, isn't there? It was a strip, and the Macarthur Highlanders say they have it right outside the 17-yard line. A big turnover for Big Mac.
Yep, it's first down, Macarthur.
So just like that, and watch this, is he'll get it as he looks back after he gets this because it's a strip, and it's like right there, whoops, and then just takes it right out of his arms, and you say high and tight, and was able to pop that out, and just like that, the Highlanders can pounce off with their second turnover of the ball game that they were able to capitalize on with 6:22 left to go before the half, all tied up at 14, and we are in a Taco Mile red zone. Come Taco Mile me. Tex-Mex at its best. Taco Mayo.
If they come hard, here you go.
Little toss to Nazir Kemper at the 20. Waits for a block to get around the corner, around the 15-yard line. So Nazir Kemper in. This is where you capitalize. You got to get points.
Flag down here.
Okay. Is it late? Is it going to be a hold? Is it going to be?
I think it's going to be holding against Mac out here on the edge.
Okay. Receiver that was down. Trying to get there. Yep. Holding against Macarthur. So going to back it up for the spot of the foul for 10 yards. Reset up as we're all tied up at 14 apiece with 6:15 left to go here in the second quarter. And we're going to give you a lot of updates with scores across the network when we get closer to halftime. From executive producer Cole Lear back in the OSN studios. Appreciate him being able to give us the updates with a lot of the. And you can bounce around and watch all these exciting games in Week 10 in the great state of Oklahoma. Man in motion. It's going to be a pop motion man going to the near side, the farther side of the field, runs out of real estate, and then taken backwards to the 30-yard line. He should have kind of cut up north and south. That east and west really going to be a little bit harder.
They're very quick. And those plays, those sweep plays, are really having a hard time getting going. It seems like when you're running downhill at them is when you seem to have the best ability to get something going here.
Okay, so we do have some scores. Carl Albert leads Eisenhower 17-0. Del City leads Lawton High 14-7. Duncan over Southeast 21-2, and El Reno over Alta 62-0 at the half. Straight back to pass. Gage Graham with the screenplay. It's caught, but then defended well. Able to sniff that one out this time and tackle back at the 31-yard line.
Yeah. You could almost see they were sniffing that one out because he just stayed home. The linebacker stays home. He's just watching, and makes a really good tackle there.
Yeah, okay, all of these scores are at the half. So Newcastle over Elk City 28-7. Chickasha, Elgin 9-8 at the half. Weatherford 21, Cache 7, and Blanchard and Tuttle at 0 at the half. We knew that was going to be a big district showdown to see that contest. Back in the shotgun formation, Gage Graham over the head, snap, picks it up. Has to mad dash at the 45-yard line, and look at that. A second over-the-head snap we've seen tonight, once for Ardmore, once for the Macarthur Highlanders. This could have been disastrous, But our snaps, I mean, just an irregularity. And you know, we were in position to really take advantage of the turnover, and now you've gone in the opposite direction. We're 4th down and forever.
Well,
and we got to punt it.
You just can't keep snapping that ball over their head.
Oh, that's so frustrating.
This is week 10.
And it was an opportunity to try to get something going, pass protection for the punt.
Well, I'm glad that he got the ball back. It could have been a real disaster.
It's going to hop over and then fielded right at about the 6-7 yard line. So that is a great special teams play, but the Highlanders got the first touchdown and able to get their first score of the night. The second turnover, they had decent field position inside Ardmore territory, and they just come up empty. Your Lawton Firefighters instant replay, proudly supporting the community they serve with 4:04 left to go before the half, all tied up at 14 apiece. We're going to be the last game on the network because everybody else is at the half. We got a flag in the play?
They got an injury.
Oh, an injured Ardmore Tigers. So as they attend to him, we'll take a timeout. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Are you looking for more than just a job? Barres Foods in Lawton offers a career with a competitive starting wage, opportunity for advancement, life and health insurance, including medical, dental, and vision, as well as 401k retirement plan. At Barres, you can be proud of a company that gives back to the community. But most of all, you can take pride from making a quality product. Barres Foods, making the best tasting hot dogs and smoked sausages, the food America likes to eat. So come be a part of a winning team and start your path to success today.
All right, welcome back to Noble Stadium. We got 4:04 left to go before the half, 14 all. And boy, the injuries start piling up on the Ardmore Tigers. And you know, they can get out of rhythm. They've not been able to play some games, so they've got one less game in the book that we have. They've been able to play 7. We've been able to play 8 in this season here in Week 10.
And you
only missed Noble and Capital.
Because they got playoffs coming up next week, and it could really change your season.
Swanson back in the shotgun formation. Jet sweep coming to the near side of the field, and what a great stop there at the 5-yard line and a big Mac attack.
Good job. That's really a good defense. You got to get upfield and say, okay, I'm going to make, and then come from behind you. So he made him slow down. 24 comes up, makes him make that play, and then catches him from behind. That's just great defense.
Pin him back. Hey, about a little scoop and score right here. Maybe another fumble opportunity as you pin them back deep in their own territory at their own 15-yard line. Clock will roll with 3:35 left to go before the half, all tied up at 14 apiece. Swanson in the shotgun formation. Back to his right. He'll bark out instructions. Defense showing blitz. Corner blitz on both sides, come hard and heavy, and gets back up to about the 9-yard line.
And if you look at every play, there's one thing that's Macarthur's doing well. You got Noble, number 35, in the backfield, eating their lunch, and you got Bush eating their lunch, number 34. They're all over them, and they've been over them ever since we've gotten into this 14-14 tie. They are attacking on every single play.
So 2:55 remain before the half, all tied up at 14 apiece. Swanson.
Big down.
Surveys the defense. We'll have 2 receivers on the far side, 1 here on the near side in the shotgun formation. It's going to be a fake handoff roll and almost gets tackled in the end zone. He does fall in the end zone. This is going to be a safety and a tackle as the ball comes out, and there is a safety right there is a big tackle, and the Highlanders get 2 extra points just like that.
Because now watch. You'll see here, as I was talking earlier, there's 35. That's Noble. Coming chasing him down, and there's nowhere to go. It's either I'm running out of the end zone or I don't know where. He should have just dove for the 1-yard line or something.
And a free punt, so the Highlanders will get 2 on the board to go up 16-14 with 2:34 left to go before the half.
Well, you got to take advantages of every opportunity they give you because they can score quickly.
And we didn't have that advantage that we took for the touchdown, for the fumble that they had, and we were deep in their territory. And unfortunately, we had a high snap over the head, and that kind of killed that drive. But we've settled down. Our defense has really had a big spark here. And so now it's 2:34 left to go before the half. 16-14, Macarthur leads. As we get to the half, we're going to have some games to talk about, playoff scenarios. Our playoff show, join us live at Facebook Live and on the Oklahoma Sports Network starting Sunday at 7 p.m., a rundown of all the brackets. And we had to wait for Sunday because some games actually are going to be played tomorrow. And as we said, we go by the point systems. You know, we know exactly what's going to happen with us. But there is like 4A and some of the other classes that are going by rankings, which is weeks 8, 9, and 10. And coaches have until noon tomorrow to put those in. So they won't have results up on the Oklahoma or OSSAA's website until like 1 o'clock on Sunday, right after church. Ball is going to be free kick at the 20-yard line. After the safety, the Macarthur Highlanders able to capitalize that in the end zone against the Ardmore Tigers. And hopefully decent field position coming up. It's going to be spied end over end and fielded at the 40. Zazier Kemper at the 50. Ooh. Off to the races there in a corner to the 45, down to the 41-yard line, and a great return after the punt and the kick, the freestanding kick after the safety with 2:27 left to go before the half.
Well, the good thing I like is how fast he's able to get this to this ball and straight up the field. Don't mess around. Just get in the hole and get up the field. That's good special teams play. He's a threat on every time he touches the ball to go take it to the house.
So a 1st and 10 for the Highlanders after the decent return. And this counter play again. This time we make a man miss, but the secondary's right there. And Bush makes something happen as he turns the corner at about the 38-yard line. And what do we have here? Another injured Ardmore Tiger laying down at about the 36-yard line, and they'll tend to him. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Bill Miller and Noble Heating and Air Conditioning, we take pride in our quality air conditioner and heater repair and replacement services, as well as providing the highest customer satisfaction. Bill Miller and Noble Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving Lawton and the surrounding area for over 25 years. We have the knowledge, equipment, and trained technicians to take care of all your heating and cooling needs. Give us a call. Bill Miller and Noble Heating and Air, 355-1811.
Bridges and Buckner Dentistry at 1802 Northwest 52nd Street has over 32 years of combined experience. They serve Southwest Oklahoma for implant placement and final restorations using guided surgery and CEREC technology. This enables them to do same-day crowns in the office. Call to set up your appointment today or visit them online at bridgesandbucknerdentistry.com.
Back to action. Gage Graham, another handoff to Bush. Bush tries to dial his way down to about the 37-yard line, slashing his way on the off-tackle play on the far side of the field, and we're at the 2-minute mark before the half, marching their way with a 16-14 Macarthur lead and with the ball outside the Ardmore territory 38-yard line. You want to try to punch it in before halftime. It's going to be a Gage Graham little toss sweep to Devin Bush. Makes one man miss right there as he was engaged at about the 42 and then takes it upwards north and south to get close to a first down. He's about a yard short.
Well, you see this as a quick pitch out to him, and he cuts it back up quick, gets in the hole, and then they think he's down. Oh, yeah. No, this guy's not down.
Just because you run into him doesn't
don't think he's down.
He's going to take him down.
Don't think he's down. About a yard short, going to break up a 4th and about 1.
Well, 4-down territory and maybe
called a timeout.
Okay, timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. You're watching Big Mac Football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Since 1908, Cameron University has served students from all over the world. With nearly 50 degrees in 2-year, 4-year, and graduate programs, we have something to inspire you. Health and wellness facilities plus a wide variety of clubs and activities will help you find your perfect fit. Small class sizes allow you to be yourself while discovering your future potential as part of the Aggie family. Come experience the Axe. Enroll today at www.cameron.edu.
Okay, back to action here at Noble Stadium, 134, 16-14, Highlanders up. Nazir Kemper makes a man miss at the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. He'll score. Touchdown, Macarthur!
Really good job. I mean, he hits that hole hard. I told you, every play he is a threat to score. If he's not getting the ball 20 times a game, there's something wrong.
So the Highlanders find a Nazir Kemper score with 6 on the board, and the PAT coming up 22-14. Highlanders take the first lead tonight when they were down 14-0, and now 22 unanswered points, looking to make it 23 in the PAT coming up. Ball down, snap, kick, away, and is through and good. So it is 23-14. We'll take a timeout and be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
When it comes to your new home or remodeling project, build it right with Comanche Home Center. Our professional staff can help you every step of the way to make sure you get the best lumber, tools, and supplies to tackle any job imaginable. Give us a call today for a free estimate. Want to take the stress out of your next remodel or building project? Comanche Home Center can deliver all the lumber, supplies, and tools right to you. When you're done, they'll pick up anything you don't use and give you credit towards your next project. Give Comanche Home Center a call today for a free estimate.
Back here in Noble Stadium, time for a kickoff. It's a Wayne's Drive-In kickoff with 2 locations to serve you. Hey, everyone, let's go to Wayne's before and after the game. Sweet tea, cherry limeades, best steak fingers in town. Chip shot, going to look for a little
that's a live ball. That's
right
a live
there
ball.
at the 38-yard line. The Highlanders who recovered it, they were sleeping and napping at home, and they didn't come up with it, and Macarthur comes up big, and another turnover inside Ardmore territory.
Well, you'll see right here, this is almost like an onside kick. They just kind of pooch it just behind that first line. The first line says, we're not supposed to catch it.
And it's a live ball.
And it's live. Macarthur recovers the football, first down. Hey, you can score again here before halftime. You got a minute and 27. That's a lot of time.
Well-designed play for the Macarthur Highlanders, who caught Ardmore not ready on the ensuing Wayne's Drive-In kickoff on your University Drive Church of Christ second quarter. Gage Graham and company. It's going to be straight back to pass, looking downfield, pumps once, and sips in the pocket, then decides to run at the 40, and then runs out of bounds at about the 39, 38-yard line.
That's really a good job because really there was nobody open there to him to really throw to. So there's nothing back there. That's just a good job of the quarterback. Gets what you can get. That we got another down. You stop the clock with a minute 20, so you still got plenty of time.
So this is your 2-minute offense. This is kind of what you run all season long to kind of prepare yourself in situations like this with the 2nd down and 7.
You're going to have man-to-man.
Gage Graham. It's going to be a handoff to Nazir Kemper, and then he spins his way down to try to get to about the 35, we'll say the 36-yard line. Brings up a 2nd down and short, and the clock.
Macarthur calls timeout.
Well, another timeout, so they'll take a timeout. We'll do it as well. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Comanche County Memorial Hospital is proud to care for our patients through all phases of life, from our tiniest patients in the region's only NICU, comprehensive heart care, emergency services, orthopedics, robotic surgery, to home health and hospice. The staff and physicians provide quality care with advanced technology for all of your healthcare needs. Your community hospital, our family caring for yours.
All right, back here at Noble Stadium, it's a 23-14 Macarthur lead. Ardmore started off with 2 plays, 2 scores to go up 14-0, and so far after that, plus a safety, it's been 23 unanswered points for the Macarthur Highlanders, finding themselves in Ardmore territory after a bloop kick recovery. Gage Graham will shift over 2, and now heavy package run going to the right. Counter, comes back, Bush still gets some extra from the 30 and then down to the 29-yard line.
That's number 4.
Oh, that's 4. I'm sorry. Okay, that's good. That's Isaiah Gray.
That's Gray.
I just thought that was
he hit it. He hit it pretty quick.
He hit it like a Bush would.
He gave it a Bush run.
A Bush run. So we're at about a minute left to go. Straight back to pass. Isaiah Gray downfield and Gage Graham, and that was almost picked off.
I think it was picked off.
It was picked off at the 25-yard line?
I think it was picked off.
And it was an interception. So Ardmore gets a turnover. So the Highlanders get the turnover off the bloop kick, and then an interception by Gage Graham.
That's where you hope that you just don't throw that. You know, it's you just got a first down. You're first down, and you throw that pick, and it's just not that important to throw that ball there. You just got to know, okay, that's not where I need to throw it. I need to throw this out of bounds, and we got another down. Nothing's really there.
So Cal Swanson back in the shotgun formation with 56 seconds left to go before the half. A little dart slant. Okay. And that's going to be incomplete because that was pay dirt. If he was going to be a catch, that was going to be off to the races for Lionel Wynn, the sophomore. Split the defenders trying to go downfield.
They've got some players. Number 8's a really good player. He can really play.
Jackson Hedger.
He can play.
And he's just a junior. He's
play.
Coming back.
He's quick.
They got a lot of them that are coming back. And you remember, they went from a flex bone that they have played for so many years to really exciting football with throwing and running. They've always had the athletes, we know that. In the shotgun formation, Swanson, handoff. And then a mad dash to about the 27-yard line. Upended there with 42 seconds left to go before the half.
Big third down again here. Macarthur, it shows they still have 2 timeouts, but I don't think that's right. I think they only have 1.
I think 1. I think we've used 2 already. 27 seconds left to go before the half. Swanson has got split receivers and a split back next to his right.
Oh.
It's a handoff, and then the ball comes loose. Out. And there's the Macarthur Highlanders at the 22-yard line, and they will have 14 seconds left to go. And where's the motion? The official, he's not. Did he say he was down?
I think they're saying the forward motion.
Okay, so
forward motion is going to make it stop. They're wanting the clock to run here.
Okay, and he's whistling for the clock to run, and they're still not running the clock, and he's motioning. Clock will not run, and now he says 13 seconds. So now they're waiting because I said the official was winding it. Said, we're going to set it and go, guys. Wind it. 9. Just don't stop the clock.
Well, now
wind it.
There's 9 seconds, so I don't know if somebody's done something. That's what I don't get. Come over here and tell us what you're doing.
Head official, there must have been a called timeout, so they will take a timeout. We'll do it as well right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. So back here in Noble Stadium in Ardmore, it's a 23-14 Macarthur advantage. You're going to make them punt. Gets this one away. It's high and is going to bloop and bounce at the 50, down to the 45 to the 42, and for 3 seconds they say just don't touch it, and then it will 1, and then we just finally did.
With 1 second.
With 1 second. I thought they were going to let this expire out. So one little heave-ho, or you take a knee. What are you doing here, Jay? Probably take a knee.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got the lead. There's no
reason to throw
sense
some
of
kind
having
of
to do
pick and
something.
let them run it back crazy.
I agree.
No.
Nothing fancy, nothing special. Let's just go into halftime. We'll give you our halftime scores. We'll give you a little rundown of the playoff picture as far as what we know in 5A. 5A is probably the easiest to figure out because they are going to go by OSSAA's point systems, points for and against throughout your season. And I know 4A has gone to standings, and those standings are every coach. So 8 coaches put in standings for weeks 8, 9, and 10. And, we're looking for the kneel down, Gage Graham, and we'll end it and into the half. Macarthur leads 23-14. We'll be back with halftime right after this. You're watching Big Mac Football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
4D Landscaping and Irrigation has been providing top-rated professional landscape and irrigation services for the past 25 years. They take your vision for that perfect landscaping project for your home, new construction, or business and make it a reality with their easy financing options. You'll want to make sure to ask them about their seasonal services too. 4D Landscaping and Irrigation. Call 510-9983.
It's time to start cracking it, cooking it, buttering it, grilling it, baking it, brewing it. McDonald's fires up the griddle every morning so you can start digging in and enjoying it. And saving with the Mix and Match deal. Choose from Sausage McMuffin with egg, Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit, or Bacon, Egg, and Cheese McGriddles, 2 for just $4. Add any size soft drink for just $1. Make your morning routine a little better.
Nobody moves more real estate than Pam and Barry's team.
And that's why our clients keep coming back to us.
We had some friends that recommended the Pam and Barry team, and they exceeded all of our expectations.
Our home sold in 3 days. It was a wonderful and easy experience.
And we would love to help you.
So follow the signs of Pam and Barry's team at RE/MAX at 248-8800. We're not bragging, we're just applying for a job.
Looking for an opportunity to advance in the workplace? Republic Paperboard Company in Lawton, Oklahoma offers competitive wages as well as excellent benefits. Republic is a quality producer of paperboard products used in the manufacturing of gypsum wallboard with advanced technology and a committed staff, and makes them one of the premier paperboard companies in the U.S. using 100% recycled paper fiber. Republic Paper partners with many local organizations to build a better community. Go to republicpaperboard.com.
Feet. We use them every day, working, playing, and usually taking them for granted. If your feet hurt, see the professionals at Southwest Foot and Ankle Clinic. They've been serving Southwest Oklahoma for the past 36 years, providing the highest quality care and combining the latest technology with old-fashioned Oklahoma compassion. With 3 locations to serve you, Lawton, Duncan, and Altus. Call today or visit us online at swokfoot.com.
Hi, Jay Burke here with some great news. J&J Burke Heating and Air has joined forces with 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning, the largest home services company in North America. We're now J&J Burke 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning, and that means even better service, better pricing, and better warranties for you. Our trucks will look different and our name is a little longer, but our commitment to you hasn't changed. I'm Jay Burke with J&J Burke 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning, and you can still count on me.
Whether you're building the house of your dreams or just doing a simple remodel, Hard Rock Surfaces would love to help you find top quality natural stone countertops to fit your style and budget. Give Hard Rock Surfaces a call today for a free estimate.
At Brady's Design Center, we have a large selection of stylish tile, carpet, wood flooring, custom cabinets, furniture, and all kinds of accessories to make your home one of a kind. Give Brady's Design Center a call today for a free estimate.
Your Eastside Subway, where fresh is the taste. Serving up delicious subs and salads made fresh to order just the way you like. Add whatever favorite fresh veggies you want to your cold cut combo, classic Italian, maybe it's the oven roasted chicken breast, or get one of their hot subs, steak and cheese or meatball. They also offer up the freshest of salads made right before your eyes. And don't forget that Subway is your catering headquarters that can feed the family or the whole team. Give them a call at 353-8282. Subway, eat fresh. Your Eastside Subway and your MAC headquarters off Southeast 45th Street.
It's a calling that's kept us free. It's a place to belong. What's the calling? It's doing a job that makes a difference. Serving your community and your country. It's part-time service where the impact is full-time. What's your calling? Air Force Reserve.
Wayne's Drive-In in Lawton, a tradition since 1950, with two great locations at number 7 Northwest Sheridan Road and Wayne's 2 at 6810 Northwest Cache Road, serving the same old-fashioned hamburgers you know and love and grew up with. Maybe it's Wayne's famous steak fingers, or maybe you're in the mood for a sissy cheeseburger, chicken sandwich, salad, pizza, or just an order of onion rings. And don't forget Wayne's famous sweet tea or cherry limeade. Cruise on in before or after the game. Wayne's, number 7 Northwest Sheridan Road and 6810 Northwest Cache Road.
Let's go to Wayne's!
Arrow Sign Company has been serving Oklahoma and surrounding states for over 60 years. As a family-owned business, our focus has always been on driving people to your door, not just selling you a sign. From custom sign design and manufacturing to installation and service, Arrow Sign has the knowledge and experience to deliver the ideal sign for you while using materials of the highest quality to ensure that your sign will look great for years and years to come. We design and manufacture our signs for longevity, so you get the greatest return on investment possible. Arrow Sign Company, helping your business thrive since 1955.
Becker-Raybon Funeral Home has been serving the funeral needs of Southwest Oklahoma since 1940 and is owned by the Raybon family. We believe family ownership makes a great difference in the care and service your family receives. Their staff is eager to find ways to assist you. Whether it's with live streaming or benefit assistance, we can help. When it comes to measuring personal levels of service, there are other funeral homes, and then there is ours. Becker-Raybon Funeral Home, 1502 Fort Sill Boulevard.
Are you looking for more than just a job? Barres Foods in Lawton offers a career with a competitive starting wage, opportunity for advancement, life and health insurance, including medical, dental, and vision, as well as 401k retirement plan. At Barres, you can be proud of a company that gives back to the community. But most of all, you can take pride from making a quality product. Barres Foods, making the best tasting hot dogs and smoked sausages, the food America likes to eat. So come be a part of a winning team and start your path to success today.
Inside the 10 down to about the 7 and 8 yard line. So we've been in the red zone here, and I need to do a shout out for the red zone. Brought to you by Triple Elite. Class designs and hot new styles at Triple Elite.
Second Street has over 32 years of combined.
Pies, burgers, and Elgin, bringing back the old-fashioned burger we all remember and love. Made fresh daily and seasoned just right with 7 different seasonings. Highway 277 in Elgin.
Right here, get back out there, by the way. Great to see you. You had time to help off the field. Get up over here. Yeah, good job there. My big number 62. Get out there. They tried to come back. Takes on 2 defenders and puts them to the ground and picks up Blanchard first down. The fellow, Dylan, excuse me, that's 35, man. Harley Andrews just said, I don't think so, fellas. I'm going to roll right through here and picked up a first down. But again,
Okay, what are the camera they using? Huh? They're using the film camera. That guy that we met, the big camera. That's their second camera. That's our noble crew doing pleasure.
Bill Miller and Noble Heating and Air Conditioning, we take pride in our quality air conditioner and heater repair and replacement services, as well as providing the highest customer satisfaction. Bill Miller and Noble Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving Lawton and the surrounding area for over 25 years. We have the knowledge, equipment, and trained technicians to take care of all your heating and cooling needs. Give us a call. Bill Miller and Noble Heating and Air, 355-1811.
Bridges and Buckner Dentistry at 1802 Northwest 52nd Street has over 32 years of combined experience. They serve Southwest Oklahoma for implant placement and final restorations using guided surgery and CEREC technology. This enables them to do same-day crowns in the office. Call to set up your appointment today or visit them online at bridgesandbucknerdentistry.com. cameronuniversity.com.
Since 1908, Cameron University has served students from all over the world. With nearly 50 degrees in 2-year, 4-year, and graduate programs, we have something to inspire you. Health and wellness facilities plus a wide variety of clubs and activities will help you find your perfect fit. Small class sizes allow you to be yourself while discovering your future potential as part of the Aggie family. Come experience the Axe. Enroll today at www.cameron.edu.
When it comes to your new home or remodeling project, build it right with Comanche Home Center. Our professional staff can help you every step of the way to make sure you get the best lumber, tools, and supplies to tackle any job imaginable. Give us a call today for a free estimate. Want to take the stress out of your next remodel or building project? Comanche Home Center can deliver all the lumber, supplies, and tools right to you. When you're done, they'll pick up anything you don't use and give you credit towards your next project. Give Comanche Home Center a call today for a free estimate.
And welcome back here at Noble Stadium. It's at the half. The Highlanders lead 23-14 over the Ardmore Tigers. Some other scores to give you. Carl Albert leads Eisenhower in the third quarter 31-0. Del City and Lawton High in a big battle for a district position 21-14. Newcastle leads 35-7 over Elk City. Weatherford and Cache were in a little battle between the two in the district play, 28-14. It was 21-14, but Weatherford came back and scored to go in advanced. And then we've got Blanchard and Tuttle, and that's on OSN 1. It's for a district, deciding the district between first and second place. Blanchard leads in the third quarter 7-0. Duncan leads 35-2 over Southeast, and Chickasha is leading over Elgin 38-8. And so glad you could join us here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Now, talked about what the Macarthur Highlanders have to do in this contest. Now, everybody has made the playoffs, so everybody will see the second part of the season. It's going to be interesting of where you will be. Teams sometime can go with rankings. 4A is going by rankings, and that's coaches that decides week 8, 9, and 10. We've gone through the positions with what we need to do as far as the point systems, and we said coming in, if we beat Ardmore by 7, then we're second place. If we beat them only by 6, it's a two-way tie with Duncan. It's a coin flip. If it's 5 or less and it's still a win, then we're third place, and if we lost Ardmore, fourth place. I do want to respond to someone on an email request, and I think it was from an injury for a player as Antone Scallion, and we wish him all the best. And we didn't say anything. We always make it a policy that we don't talk bad about players, injured players. We don't talk about injuries. We don't talk about referees, and we don't talk about bad calls. So I am sorry if they got the wrong impression. But certainly we'll wish he is a very talented young man.
Oh, my God, he's an amazing
junior,
player.
And this would be a different ball game. We were both saying at the halftime what a difference that he can make in a ball game like this. So if there was any kind of misunderstanding, we certainly didn't. We don't talk bad about any of the athletes, anybody that either Macarthur plays or with, and that's always been a long-standing policy. So we appreciate your comments on our website. We'll respond to you in an email as well, but we want to clarify that. 23-14, 1:53 left before we start second half action. The Ardmore Tigers won the coin toss, elected to defer, so they will get the ball starting the second half. We'll be back to start second half action right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
4D Landscaping and Irrigation has been providing top-rated professional landscape and irrigation services for the past 25 years. They take your vision for that perfect landscaping project for your home, new construction, or business and make it a reality with their easy financing options. You'll want to make sure to ask them about their seasonal services too. 4D Landscaping and Irrigation. Call 510-9983.
And welcome back to Noble Stadium, home of the Ardmore Tigers and the big Alabama A in the mid-stripe of the 50-yard line. And it is a 23-14 halftime lead for your Macarthur Highlanders. They got a safety out of that, so if you think, well, how did they get to that score? Well, you got 2 points of that. So there's been some fumbles. There's really been kind of, I think that this first half was described of what 2020 was like. It's just all over the place with drama and all kinds of things and teams that haven't had the consistency of playing 10 games. This certainly didn't feel like a Week 10 ball game, but here it is, Week 10 across the state of Oklahoma. We're looking at the playoffs as well. So we've got the ball teed up at the 40-yard line, and that is a Waynes kickoff with 2 locations to serve you. 7 Southwest Sheridan Road, 6810 Northwest Cache Road. Hey, everyone, let's go to Waynes. Whether it's a Sissy Cheeseburger, Waynes Drive-In Sweet Tea, and a whole lot more. And Eastside Pharmacy is your third quarter sponsor. Eastside Pharmacy with affordable access with medications with a price that you'll love and a convenient drive-through. So the ball teed up at the 40-yard line is going to be a chip shot. It's going to bounce and then hit to the return man right at the 35-yard line where the Ardmore Tigers will set up.
They were prepared for that.
They were ready.
Little pooch.
They were ready for the little pooch. And so just underway to start second half action. We will probably be the lone game across most of our games in the network because they were all at halftime when we were midway through the second quarter because most of those played at 7. Ardmore traditionally likes to play their home games at 7:30, so we're about 30 minutes behind for kickoff time. And we're just underway with Ardmore's first possession with Swanson. Going to be a handoff going to the far side of the field and gets upended after the original line of scrimmage. Now I think you're going to say 1 yard, back up to about the 36.
Good defense there. Everybody filled a gap, and there was just nowhere for him to go.
Got to see a lot of underclassmen for the Ardmore Tigers. You got a sophomore quarterback. You got junior receivers, running backs.
They got more speed. They've got more speed than I've ever seen.
And you know, and every time we've come to Ardmore, they've got athletes. We've seen that before. We know what we're come to expect when you come to Ardmore, and we going to try to make them jump off sides, but didn't impede the neutral zone, so no harm, no foul. With 6 seconds on the play clock, it's going to be a handoff, jet sweep going to the far side of the field. Corralled as he then finally goes north and south, gains a couple.
Again, they got good penetration up the field. You can see us come up the field, make good penetration, and it's cleaned up by Noble.
Decent crowd that's come from Macarthur in about the hour and 45-minute drive to get to Ardmore here. Right up close to Interstate 35. 10:52 left to go as we start second half action here in the third quarter. Many games you can watch. We're really keeping our eye on that title battle in 4A with Blanchard and Tuttle. Blanchard left 7-0 in the third quarter is the last update that we got. Little throw to the jet sweep motion to the near side to the 40, 45, 50. Still on his feet in inside Highlander territory and is going to step out of bounds to the 42. And that's where just the doctor ordered a little pitch and catch over to McGee.
Well, he just does a swing pass out of the backfield here, out in the flat, and he just a foot race. And once again, you know,
speed kills.
You got to. Somebody's got to cover the guy out of the backfield. And he tried. I think he just took the wrong angle, and it's really tough to catch up once they get going. And like I say, they are super fast.
So maybe a fire chat speech by their coach at halftime has kind of enlightened these Ardmore Tigers. Going to be a handoff, and then, man, I'll tell you what, wanted to go up middle, then bounced it outside, and so Ricky Smith, the 5'10 junior, went the opposite end and then tried to make something out of the defense that was coming down hard and gets back to the original line of scrimmage to bring up a second down and 10. And just a couple of minutes as elapsed off the clock to make it at the 10-minute mark here of this third quarter. So Cal Swanson in command, a very tall sophomore quarterback. Oh, and we're going to have an alignment that's going to be a false start, and I'll tell you what.
Well, he started going number 3 over here. I think number 3 over here said, I'm going to go, and then he's going to back up.
He leaned, and they got you. So 5 yards as they'll march them back. It's not really where you want to go, in the wrong direction. Don't forget you can download us on Apple to Roku to Amazon Fire Stick. And be able to have this in your home as well as on the go, and you can download us on the App Store on your device. A little quick jet throw over the far side of the field, and only gets down to about the 46-yard line.
Really good tackle. And I think that was Kemper that made that tackle.
And this will run the clock. As we said, we're really getting familiar with a new Ardmore look as they run that flex bone for so many years.
Gosh, how many years
really
how many years have we come over here?
It was
105?
Yeah, it was every year we saw that flex bone. And so now they're throwing and they're running and, they're mixing it up and kind of look like what we do, try to spread you out, try to get you on the edge. We got trips here on the near side in the shotgun formation. Swanson back to work, rolling on the near side. Under some heavy pressure, does decide to throw, and that's going to be picked off by Nazir Kemper at the 22-yard line. And a great INT interception, Oski, for Big Nazir.
Just an underthrow. He rolls out, but he's getting the pressure, and that's what makes him throw off his back foot. Just a little bit too weak, and Kemper's there to pick that ball off.
So it's the third turnover of the ball game between these two, and Macarthur was able to capitalize on the one, didn't get the second. So we talked about in games like this, penalties, turnovers, they can certainly make a big difference. So Gage Graham back to work after the interception from Nazir Kemper, and we'll get a new play call from the sidelines with 8:57 left to go here in the third quarter. 23-14, Mac on top. Going to shift over Isaiah Gray.
There should be a place to go there.
To Graham's left. There you go, a little slant out into Nazir Kemper and makes one man miss as he goes north and south, gets up to about the sticks. They're going to say pass. They're going to be first down, move the chains, first and 10.
Yeah, first down. That was really a good play call. I mean, you get him out in the flat there, and, man, he's moving. This guy can flat get with it.
So Nazir Kemper, as they'll move the chains, set it. Back to work, and boy, that was collapsed down defensively as the stunts came in between the gaps, and Isaiah Gray had nowhere to go but down.
Yeah,
they're just going to be a loss of yards.
They're just going to come on every gap and just put a person in the hole and come at you right there. If you picked a pass, you might have scored a touchdown there because they brought everybody.
So it brings up a second down and 12 at 8:14 left to go here in this third quarter. Your Eastside Pharmacy third quarter. Convenient drive-through to pick up your called-in medications.
Nothing there.
And, it is collapse. And we talk about filling in holes and gaps. And then when they penetrate, then they're getting in your backfield almost at the handoff. And so Ardmore with a great stop as they've got the momentum to start here in the second half in this tight contest, 23-14 with 7:45 left to go here in the third quarter. In the shotgun formation, Gage Graham gets a new play call from the sideline. Straight back to pass, looking outfield, got some time to throw, looking for a one-on-one. Montez Edwards, little push-off, was able to get away from the defender. And then second and third defenders come, collapse down hard as he gets down to the 38. He may be injured. And I'll tell you what, this is what happened with when you're trying for extra, they're going to sit him up. Okay, good. He just popped right up. But, man, right here,
the two
hit
each
for the
other.
second, and then boom, and then it was collapsed.
Those two hit each other. The two teammates hit each other. That's what kind of stung. But
and he was kind of in the middle of all.
And I really first had thought maybe he'd pushed off, but he didn't look like he did. I think he just extended his arm out and let him go by him. I don't think there's a push off there at all.
Okay, so 7:13, clock continues to roll right outside the Ardmore 38, looking for more. It's Gage Graham. Handoff to Nazir Kemper, makes one man miss, and then goes north and south after he gets a little cut, gets a little bit. We get a flag late coming from the back judge, and we'll see what this is.
They got another player down back here in the back.
And, you always wonder about player safety when you don't have the consistency of playing a full year. And I said, this has not got a feel of a game of a Week 10 game because, no one can really get – and I was really kind of amazed that we have maybe – is there a timeout on the field?
Or is it injury?
Oh, injury for a player.
We also have a penalty.
Okay, so –
dead ball.
Yeah, dead ball personal foul against the Highlanders. That's not good, so that's going to be 15 yards. We will take an injury time. I'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
It's time to start cracking it, cooking it, buttering it, grilling it, baking it, brewing it. McDonald's fires up the griddle every morning so you can start digging in and enjoying it. And saving with the Mix and Match deal. Choose from Sausage McMuffin with egg, Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit, or Bacon, Egg, and Cheese McGriddles, 2 for just $4. Add any size soft drink for just $1. Make your morning routine a little better.
All right, back here at Noble Stadium, it's a 23-14 Big Mac advantage with the ball, but the penalty, a late hit personal foul, and injury to an Ardmore Tiger backs the Highlanders up to bring up a second down and very long. Glad you could join us on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Got a couple of Facebook Lives as well, so you can kind of pull up Facebook in addition to watching us on the network. Blanchard and Tuttle up on the network. And then also Cash and Weatherford. Those are big district where the alignment will sit in Week 10. Gage Graham, handoff to Bush.
Yes,
hits the corner at the 40 and then makes that man just dives for the sticks to get back the original line of scrimmage. So all those penalty yards. So he gets 10 yards.
There's a fight.
But it was a 2nd and 20. Now it's going to be, oh, boy, I'll tell you what, flashbacks of fights and having people toss. We were just talking about you get tossed in a game like this, and you'll be out for 2 weeks. You won't see playoffs. I remember we had that situation. We had that situation actually here in this stadium several years back, and it was against Macarthur. So, you don't want to cooler heads prevail and keep your emotions in check. You got a job to do. You're still in a battle here, in a district battle here at Noble Stadium.
I think the officials basically said, you better calm down. Yeah. There's going to be some flags.
23-14, Macarthur on the march after the Bush run to get 10 yards, but had to pick those up as penalty yards, so it brings up a 2nd down and 10. Actually, it should be a 3rd down, I think, because that was 2nd, wasn't it?
This is 3rd down.
Okay, that's what I thought. Another handoff to Bush. Hits the corner. Eyes for the sticks. Got a flag in the play. Flag comes out on the sideline, Judge, and, yeah, that's usually right at the edge where he breaks loose. And this is probably coming back. That's unfortunate.
Because that would have been a 1st down and inside the 25.
Yeah, and, you were trying to eye for the sticks to get the 1st down, and so, they'll spot that with 10 yards. And the Ardmore faithful gets excited about the infraction because, you're going to say hold and send them back 10 yards. So we're at the 6:19 mark, not quite halfway through this 3rd quarter. Be a very interesting finish between these two. In the shotgun formation, Gage Graham, little high snap, then a handoff to Isaiah Gray. Goes around the corner, gets past the sticks, and then still going to drag a couple of defenders down to about the 32-yard line. Oh, and then flag. We got a flag on the play. And whether there's something extra, there's a whole bunch of Ardmore Tigers trying to get people away and some Macarthur Highlanders. And this is where, if official, they want to make sure that you get control of this game emotionally. We got a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct against Ardmore. So that's going to go against the Ardmore Tigers this time.
Yeah, you got to stop that. You got to play a clean game and make sure that this doesn't happen.
Well, I know there's a lot hanging on this district. The balance. You have El Reno, Duncan, Macarthur, and Ardmore all fighting for that 1st through 4th position. And we said earlier, everybody makes the playoffs if they so desire. If you're an 8th seed or a 7th seed, you can opt out of the playoffs. But we are in the red zone for another time in the second half, a Taco Mayo red zone. Taco Mayo me. An opportunity. Check them out through their convenient drive-thru. Taco Mayo, the best in Tex-Mex. So we'll say, what do we got here? Timeout?
I think they're going to bring both teams to the sideline to say, you better calm this down.
Okay, so they'll take a timeout. We'll take a timeout. You're watching Big Mac Football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Phillips Music Company is now the largest and most complete music store in Southwest Oklahoma. They're excited to be your source for all Fender guitars and accessories, with band instruments from Yamaha and Conn-Selmer, guitars from Ibanez, Paul Reed Smith, and Siegel, the latest in music tech from Roland, Yamaha, and Line 6, and a great selection of recording hardware and software, all at the best price with great local service and lessons available on most instruments. Visit phillipsmusic.com to shop online or stop by. Phillips Music, 107 Southwest Sheridan Road.
And welcome back here to Noble Stadium, 6:07. We're almost right at the halfway mark of the third quarter, 23-14. And the Highlanders inside Ardmore territory in the red zone right outside the 16-yard line at a 1st and 10.
Well, Macarthur needs a score here. You can get up here 30-14, and you're feeling pretty good about your chances of being involved in this game to the very end.
Well, we talked about finishing. Isaiah Gray
There he
off to
goes.
the races, the 10 to the 5, one make juke on the corner. Touchdown, Macarthur! So the Macarthur Highlanders put another 6 on the board as Isaiah Gray scampers his way into the end zone.
Yeah, you just see just does a sweep to the side, gets in the hole and just blasts it up the middle. There's
of the
no catching
pylon,
him.
and that was it. So the PAT coming up. 29-14 to try to make it 30. Ball down, kick up, kick on the way, and this kick is good. So it's 30-14.
They take forever to say good, don't they?
That.
It's a slow motion.
Halfway through this third quarter. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Nobody moves more real estate than Pam and Barry's team.
And that's why our clients keep coming back to us.
We had some friends that recommended the Pam and Barry team, and they exceeded all of our expectations.
Our home sold in 3 days. It was a wonderful and easy experience.
And we would love to help you.
So follow the signs of Pam and Barry's team at RE/MAX at 248-8800. We're not bragging, we're just applying for a job.
All right, back here at Noble Stadium in Ardmore, the Highlanders find their way in the end zone, put 6 on the board with a PAT good to make it 30-14. And we are 6 minutes halfway through this third quarter. So we got
a lot of football still to play.
18 minutes left of the Week 10 regular season. So our Wayne's kickoff, 2 locations to serve you, number 7 Southwest Sheridan Road, 6810 Northwest Cache Road. Hey, everyone, let's go to Wayne's. Before and after the game. It's going to be fielded at about the 18-yard line. Got a crease at the 20, 25, 30, and then upended right there at about the 34, 35-yard line.
And once again, there's a shove as they get up off the pile.
I see that, and
I
then there's
thought,
a look
come
back,
on.
and so
you don't want either team doesn't want to lose a player before the playoffs. You can't.
Yeah, I mean, you can't recover from that. I've seen a Lawton High team do that with their star running back. And it was someone was trying to twist his ankle, and he spun out of it, and they tried to twist his ankle again, and he just kind of back kicked him, and that was a kick is fight, and he was a 2-week sit, and that was your playoffs, So kind of ends the season there. So Swanson back to work in the shotgun formation.
Look out.
Handoff, bounces outside, makes one man miss, gets up to about the 40-yard line. And, they have a dose of athletes that come at you, and this is Dakari Scott. We've seen a little bit earlier in the first half. We said you see McKee, and unfortunately you don't see Scallion, who was injured, and, boy, he took it to the house, twice, with jet sweeps motions. Back to pass Swanson. Pumps, then comes up out of the pocket, decides to run, makes one man miss in a juke, spin move, still on his feet at the 50, 45, and then 40, then gets inside Highlander territory. You go till the whistle blows, and you got to take him down. But Swanson, with nimble feet, wow, take a look at this at our
We've got it.
Lawton Firefighters instant replay. What do we got?
We have an injured player here on the Macarthur over here on the sidelines. Macarthur player's hurt.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of bottled up with a lot of Ardmore players right there, and they're trying to tell them to get back from.
There is a flag down as that happened.
Oh, yeah, the flag right there at the 50. I see it there marked out. Oh, it's going to be against Ardmore. So now they'll tend to the injured Highlander as they do. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching Big Mac Football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Looking for an opportunity to advance in the workplace? Republic Paperboard Company in Lawton, Oklahoma offers competitive wages as well as excellent benefits. Republic is a quality producer of paperboard products used in the manufacturing of gypsum wallboard with advanced technology and a committed staff, and makes them one of the premier paperboard companies in the U.S. using 100% recycled paper fiber. Republic Paper partners with many local organizations to build a better community. Go to republicpaperboard.com.
All right, back here at Noble Stadium with 5:07 left to go here in this third quarter. Macarthur with a 30-14 lead. I know that the Duncan crew will be eyeing this game as Duncan wants to find out where they will land in a district scenario, because that was one of the teams, of the two teams we did not play this year. Duncan was our first district game of the season, and their coach unfortunately had COVID, and we were not able to schedule that as a regular season game. So it made it really interesting when the two did not meet. El Reno is top dog because they've beaten Duncan, Macarthur, and Ardmore. And so that basically puts them in first place, and it leaves all of those other teams mentioned to finish second, third, and fourth of our 8-team district. Swanson back in the shotgun formation. Snap, throws. Oh, and this is between Nazir Kemper. This is almost an incomplete interception takeaway. Both of them tried to get the ball, and then it just spit right out. Watch this as they both wanted it.
As he pumps and throws, and they fight for the football.
They fight for it in the air.
That's a great job.
It goes incomplete.
That's a great job for Kemper. He's trying to get in there and fight that ball away, and he almost strips that ball out.
Lawton Firefighters Union Instant Replay. Appreciate them and their support this year, proudly supporting the community in which they serve. So 5:02 left to go, a third down and 5, and we'll wait. Whitecaps looking at something. What are we doing? Looking at getting something set. And we're ready to play. Whistles this to start. Swanson back in the shotgun formation. Hard count, almost gets to draw off the Highlanders. That would have been a first down with a second down and 5. Swanson gets a new play call from the sideline, looks at his wristband for a new play in the shotgun formation. It's going to be a handoff right up the middle of the gut and collides.
The ball came out.
The ball comes out. Highlanders say they have it. And this could be another turnover if it is. Yes, going the other way. The Highlanders inside Ardmore territory. And when we talked about penalties and turnovers in big games can be huge. And so Ardmore
Macarthur has really gotten to where they're trying to strip the ball on every play.
And sometimes you can get burned with that, but
yep,
just come right out.
They just strip, pulling. So what you really want to do is somebody to stand them up. That's the new defense, right? That's the new defense no matter what level you're playing at. Stand them up and somebody strip the ball out.
So Gage Graham quickly back to work. And handoff. Oh, and then Bush gets tripped up and goes diving his way to the 40-yard line.
He probably won't be happy. I'm probably calling him a bowling ball, but I guarantee you he's just rumbling and bumbling, and he's 5 or 6 yards downfield, and he's tripping. If he doesn't trip right there, he may still be running.
That's true. I mean, just kind of heads up. Dives his way for a 5-yard pickup, 2nd down and 5, 4:27 and counting here in the third quarter. And then you put yourself in a situation where Ardmore's back's against the wall, and maybe you get them to do something that they're not liking to do. Another Bush handoff carry, makes one man miss, and then he'll get the first down as he carries it past the sticks at the 35-yard line.
If you're Macarthur, you just want to pick up first downs here, go down here and score, get another touchdown here, and use some of this clock off, run some of this. Get out of this third quarter, head the fourth quarter, and win this game.
Yeah, you like to run the clock as much as possible with the lead that you have, and that really puts the other team in a disadvantage. We'll try to give you some scoring updates as we get them throughout the network. It's Gage Graham, and it's a handoff.
Look out.
Oh, and then a second move, a second and third, and then finally at his feet, still on his feet right outside the 15-yard line, and that's all Isaiah Gray.
You got to see this play. This is amazing.
Well, I mean, look how many misses. Look at right.
Just watch him in the hole,
right
cut
there.
back, in the hole, cut back, in the hole, cut back. I mean, this guy is just running side to side,
and dancing his way all the way down into another red zone, a Taco Mile red zone. The best in Tex-Mex. It's Taco Mile.
You don't coach that.
No. And you get no credit for that.
No.
That's all in the pistol handoff as he. Circumvent, he gets the off tackle and then goes up. There's a ball out. Ardmore say that they have it. So this has been turnover ratio and just knocking at the door, and we'll wait for the official.
I think they got it.
Yep, indeed, goes back to Ardmore. So the Highlanders come up empty right outside the 13-yard line, breathing new life into this Ardmore Tiger team with 3:28 left to go here in the third. So hold on. We're not finished with this game by any means.
Well, you got to hang on to the football. You're going to play a good football team. You've got to not make those kind of mistakes. You got to hang on to the football, take care of it. And we've seen turnovers from both teams tonight.
Both teams tonight really turned it over where they didn't want to. And you breathe new life, and you get a little spark.
And you want your guys that you're playing against, that you want them to play the other side hard and beat some of those other good teams. And Ardmore's going to play another good team next week.
Swanson back in the shotgun formation. Straight back to pass, pumps, out of the pocket, decides to run, and taken down at about the 2-yard line, and what a great stop by the Highlanders. Remember that they got a safety early on when the quarterback went back into the end zone and was tackled back there. So
that's number 24.
That gives another instant replay for your Macarthur Highlanders. That's Von Pope.
That's a great play.
Highlander stop.
This is great pursuit, coming after the ball, never stopping. It's what you always say, I always used to tell them, keep playing. At what kind of speed? Full speed, right?
Full speed, right under 3-minute mark in the end zone. Straight back to pass, looking downfield, going to rifle that. Little pitch and catch, 10 to the 15, then about the 17-yard line. A great way to get out of a hole fast.
Yeah, you gave him too much on
Goes
that.
Over Dakari Scott, and Scott is able to pick up some negative damage after what we thought we pushed him back with a 2nd down and 18. Gets a lot of that back, makes up 3rd down and manageable with 2:25 left to go here in the third quarter. Mac on top 30-14.
Big play. Big 3rd down. You're going to make them have to punt here if you can hold them right here.
Swanson split receivers near side and far side back in the shotgun formation.
High ball.
And then a little dish out. Pass, 10, 15, 20, still on his feet. Oh, he's going to tightrope this. 45-50, 45-40, still on his feet from behind, and then gets caught.
The ball came out.
The ball comes out, and the Macarthur Highlanders pick it up right outside the
20 the other way.
Line. Yes, got the other way. Let's look at this in instant replay. You won't believe it. Look at the turnovers in this contest.
I mean, this guy taking off, and he's got blazing speed.
He's got wheels.
But watch right here. Who's chased him down? I believe that was Kemper that smacks that ball out. That's
No,
number
it's
4?
Isaiah Gray.
Isaiah Gray. He catches him fast. I was shocked.
So both teams end up getting these turnovers in critical moments, and now Highlanders have the ball back. Just when I thought he was off to the races.
I thought he was going to score.
Oh, it looks like it. And get caught from behind. We talked about the speed of Ardmore, and they've shown that tonight. So a first down and 10 right outside the Highlander 22-yard line with $1:55 left to go here in the third quarter. Many that will be joining us after the conclusion of many contests throughout the network. And what is it? Timeout is called. So they'll take a timeout. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Feet. We use them every day. Working, playing, and usually taking them for granted. If your feet hurt, see the professionals at Southwest Foot and Ankle Clinic. They've been serving Southwest Oklahoma for the past 36 years, providing the highest quality care and combining the latest technology with old-fashioned Oklahoma compassion. With 3 locations to serve you, Lawton, Duncan, and Altus. Call today or visit us online at swokfoot.com.
Well, back here at Noble Stadium, it's 30-14 Big Mac with 1:55 left to go in the third quarter. You and I were talking, during this commercial break, what a strange game. It's been a good game, but man, coaches will hate to go back and review this of all the woulda, coulda, shouldas and fumbles and all kinds of drama. Back in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Bush, and he carries the load up to about the 25-yard line.
You just got to hang on the foot. You tell him, hang on to the ball. We're going to move the ball down the field here.
So Gage Graham in the handoff to Bush, and 1:37 and counting as they'll start and wind up the clock. And a second down and 6. Bush next to Graham's right. Gets a new play call from the sideline. Second down and 6. Bush will switch over and go to Graham's left. Little pass, quick toss, and that is run down by the Ardmore Tigers to take that down for a loss.
They're just fast with that kind of stuff, and they don't get out of position very often. They're pretty solid defensively and offensive team. They're going to beat somebody next week.
Yeah, and the complete rundown, we've got a show that we're going to make up all the matchups in 6A, 5A, 4A, and all the way down Sunday night at 7 p.m. And the reason we have to do that, some of the rankings won't even come in. There's going to be some games that are played Saturday, so OSSAA says maybe Sunday at 1 o'clock is the earliest that we can get the teams of who all's going to play who, because instead of just the top 4 out of 8 teams in a district, all 8 teams are in if they so desire. Some of them can opt out. We also talked about the COVID factor, that if someone gets a COVID situation in the playoffs, then you're done. They're not going to pause or wait for any team, and that's going to be disastrous for any team that has that. But, Coach says he was very amazed that we've got 8 of our 10 games in, and last week's game against Capitol Hill had nothing to do with COVID. It was eligibility. So we could have got 9 games in, really.
Yep.
Third down and long, Gage. It's going to be a handoff, and boy, Ardmore defense is all over that. They're in between gaps, they're filling holes, and they're making tackles in the backfield. So it's going to be a 4th down, and that's going to be the end of this Highlander drive as they'll punt this one away with 30 seconds. They don't really have to. There's 1 second difference between the play clock and the big clock. So they'll punt this away probably with about a second or 2 left to go in this third quarter. Stands back at his 13-yard line. So low snap. And that gets a little bit touched, but gets a little bounce, gets an Ardmore bounce. And then, unfortunately, for the Highlanders, it only gets up to about the 43, 44-yard line.
And that's not the kind of punch you want. I mean, that's really low. That's just a really, really short punt. I think he must have thought they were really coming at him, coming after it on that play. So 7 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
So for you can download us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV, part of the Oklahoma Sports Network, and 12 schools. Back to pass, Swanson. Comes out of the pocket, decides to run with it at the 40 on the run, and then still gets taken out of bounds. Oh, on his feet, tried the extra oomph, get down to about the 36-yard line.
He's hard to bring down. That's the end of the...
Okay, so after 3 quarters of play in the books, 30-14, Big Mac leads. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Hi, Jay Burke here with some great news. J&J Burke Heating and Air has joined forces with 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning, the largest home services company in North America. We're now J&J Burke 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning, and that means even better service, better pricing, and better warranties for you. Our trucks will look different and our name is a little longer, but our commitment to you hasn't changed. I'm Jay Burke with J&J Burke 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning, and you can still count on me.
And welcome back to the start of the fourth quarter here at Noble Stadium in Ardmore. Ardmore back to work, back to pass.
Good job.
And then finally gets hit as he comes back in the pocket for an extra. And then gets the hammer laid on as Carson is able to get a loss of yards.
This is a really good play defensively. I mean, you get good pass rush. They just come up the field, right up the field, and just good job.
Swarming defense.
You got 4 guys there ready to make that tackle. Good job. Good push.
Fourth quarter sponsor is brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Call 580-354-0330. Panel upgrades and so much more. Give them a call for all your electrical needs. Mr. Sparky. Carson, back to work, back to pass.
This is the play they've been having a lot of success with.
Yeah, and they get
Look out.
to about the 40-yard line, and some Nazir Kemper and a couple other extra defenders as the clock will roll. 11:03 and counting here in this contest.
This will bring up a 4th and about 8. And this is a place where you go. I mean, obviously, Ardmore can't turn the ball back over to Mac here. They're running out of time.
Yeah, that's the thing is, not only points, but, how many opportunities in 12-minute quarters are you going to have, to have the ball? Some teams are successful to take 3 to 4 minutes off the clock. Really good teams can make it 6. They can take almost a full quarter away.
I'm more concerned about that's a false start. Oh, no, he got a timeout in. Coach called a timeout from Ardmore.
So they call a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching Big Mac Football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Whether you're building the house of your dreams or just doing a simple remodel, Hard Rock Surfaces would love to help you find top-quality natural stone countertops to fit your style and budget. Give Hard Rock Surfaces a call today for a free estimate.
At Brady's Design Center, we have a large selection of stylish tile, carpet, wood flooring, custom cabinets, furniture, and all kinds of accessories to make your home one of a kind. Give Brady's Design Center a call today for a free estimate.
All right, welcome back to Noble Stadium, home of the Ardmore Tigers. It's a 30-14 Big Mac lead. As we said, if Macarthur is able to come out with a win by more than 7, then they will finish second in the district. And that's really what they're eyeing for. That's really what they want to take advantage of. Don't forget, we'll have our area coaches show talking with Macarthur, Lawton High, Eisenhower Cache, and Elgin at Salas's Urban Cantina Tuesdays at 6 p.m., where it's Taco Tuesday. 3 tacos, rice, and beans for $6.99. Come join us live in person. Watch us on the network or live on Facebook Tuesdays at Salas's. And don't forget, we've got a playoff show, special playoff show, brought to you by Vincent Saylor, State Farm Insurance, and we're going to have that show Sunday at 7 p.m. on the network throughout all the channels and on Facebook Live. So you can join us. We'll give you the rundown. We got to wait till Sunday afternoon until the standings get finally published to who goes where. As we said, the playoffs, everybody is in the playoffs in the state of Oklahoma, which this COVID year, I think it only made sense to give opportunities for all the teams. If they so desire, they don't have to go in the playoffs. Some teams may opt out. If you're like an 8th seed, having to play a 1, a 7 to play a 2, there may be some of that. There is teams that they can also, is this another timeout, sending them back to?
I don't know what
Is the officials sending them to the sidelines to talk to coaches, perhaps?
Something's going on.
Okay.
There's some people are saying that's the lights on the building over there on the
is a distraction
is bothering them. So
okay, so they're gonna ask for something, but as they kind of take a look at
they're sending the police over there, so I don't know if they're going to shoot the lights out or
they don't want to do that.
No, they might want them later. I don't know how they get them. I don't know.
Don't you flip them off? Isn't there a switch?
You'd think there'd be.
No, these are automated lights.
They're probably automated. Come on at a certain time.
And there's the halogen lights.
I never paid attention to that, though. Did you?
No, I didn't. But I'm not on the field, and that's a different angle. And so I don't know if it's a request by the coaching staff, but I don't know. So it's kind of like. So we'll be back to work now. We talked about playoffs. We also talk about this is an interesting scenario, too, that if they play in the playoffs and let's say they lose and you didn't get to play 10 games, OSSA says if you want to find another team you can play, you can go do that. They want you to get your 10 regular season games in. So that makes it fun for a lot of teams if they want to do that. That's another angle of it.
Yeah.
And that's good to get
it's trying to get these kids some chance, especially seniors.
Yes.
They're not coming back next year, and this could be their last couple weeks.
4th down and going for it. Carson right back to pass, shoveled out on the run. He's going to pick up the first down and more. Makes one man miss, still on his feet, and then gets out of bounds. Keep the drive alive right outside the 25-yard line. So 4-down territory, they go for it, and their backs against the wall trying to get a win, cut into this lead with 10:18 left to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that was just a really good play by the quarterback. I mean, he just
heads up, and that's
really
a sophomore. Good. So guess what? You got to see him for a couple more years.
He's going to give us fits.
Well, yeah, and they've always had talent. They've always had speed. They've always had stuff that you've had to concern yourself with. Is right outside the 25-yard line, Ardmore. There's a long way to go in this one, folks. 10 minutes. That's a long time. It's going to be a handoff.
Look out.
The speed around the corner. Still on his feet, tight ropes, and he will step out of bounds.
At about the 10. No, about the 12.
But that's going to be a 1st and goal, or 1st and 10, depending on where they spot that. No, it's going to be right outside the 12. So they only have to get to about the 2 to get a first down. And so they will extend this at the 10-11 mark of this contest. Ardmore Tiger first down inside the red zone. Outside the 12, Carson bunched in tight, now under center instead of being in the shotgun.
Good
and it's
defense.
A handoff, tailbacks, tries to spin to go to the far side of the field.
Nothing there.
And he's taken back to the original line of scrimmage. Now at the 10-minute mark, so 2 minutes has eclipsed off of the fourth quarter.
Defense did a great job there, filling the gaps, making sure he didn't get out, bounce it outside. That's what they were trying to do. Hit it up inside and then just bounce it out, and then there's nobody out there.
So knocking at the door, and we said points is one thing and also time is another, but there's still plenty of time in this contest. Little quick toss sweep. Oh, and then he is tackled in the backfield right there. Well, let's be careful. Don't stand over and taunt. Don't give him a 15-yard first down. So nonetheless, there was a great stop in the backfield there.
That's a good
your
job.
Lawton Firefighters Union's Instant Replay, proudly supporting the community in which they serve.
That's just a great open field tackle. That guy can still run. I mean, he's elusive. Just to make that kind of tackle is tough enough.
So it's a third down at the 9-minute mark of this contest. We'll get you some final scores with scores across the network. Have kind of concluded and finished up in week 10 of the regular season. Straight back to pass, rolling to the near side of the field. Being chased down by defenders, decides to run to the 10. He'll try to score across the end zone, and he will. He will score. Touchdown, Ardmore.
Wow.
So now, like I said, plenty of time in this contest. That got the faithful up and going, and that's all heads-up quarterback play right here. Look at this move. Then cuts back in and gets inside the end zone for his score to make it 30-20 in the PAT coming up.
Well, they're going to go for 2 here.
2-point conversion. Man in motion. Oh, it's a little reverse, and he is just going to go wide open, just juked. I mean, we weren't there. We weren't ready.
Well, we're 8 points different now.
That safety made a big difference. 8 points. And remember, for Macarthur fans, you've got to win by 7 if you want second place. Everything else goes weird from there. And I know the Duncan Demon crew will probably be watching this game if they're in conclusion of their contest to find out what's going to happen. So we'll just kind of keep it here and get ready for the rundown of the final 8 minutes.
It's going to be a forever 8:43, I'm afraid.
And your fourth quarter, Mr. Sparky, fourth quarter. So, yeah, I mean, we talked about this. For the Macarthur Highlanders, here's the objective. Win by 7, you get second place. If you only win by 6, you and Duncan have a coin toss to find out who is second and third. If you only win by 5 and below, then you're third. And if you lose to Ardmore, you're fourth. So
you got to win.
That's how, yeah. And
by more than 7.
Well, right
7
now
or
you're
more.
at 8, and that safety helped you. But, you know, you really would like to try to get a little bit of cushion with a nice 5-minute drive and a score. That's really what you'd like. And then there would only be about 3 minutes left. But, you know, 5 minutes and a score, not just 5 minutes. So a lot of fans very interested in what's going to happen here. Is the ball teed up at the 40-yard line. There's a holder there. And it's going to be a chip shot, going to be spied, and then, you called the fair catch by Bush. And then
he kind of fumbled the ball
took
just
a little bit,
bit.
a couple extra steps. He wasn't trying to run with it. He was trying to secure it, and they kind of realized that. So it's going to be fielded and right at the fair catch at about the 34-yard line. 8:43 with Macarthur's lead, 30-22 here at Noble Stadium with the Ardmore Tigers.
Good field position. You ought to be able to run. Your whole playbook's open in this because you're not backed up. You're in a good spot here.
So Gage Graham in the shotgun formation. It's going to be a handoff to Isaiah Gray. Spin move gets 1 extra to 2 extra yards. We'll say not bad run to get up to about the 39-yard line.
Gets about 5 yards on that carry. Really a good hard run. Gets hit right here, but just keeps driving his feet and keeps turning. Good run.
8:21 left to go here in this contest. Macarthur with the ball, with the lead, and an 8-point lead. And that's just enough to do it if they can finish out that way, but a long way to go here at the 8-minute mark.
You'd like to get first down after first down after first down and milk this clock down and score and get back up.
We're also a rhythm offense, too. I don't want to get too far away from that spin move by Nazir Kemper, and he has stopped back at Isaiah Gray. Sorry. 4s and 7s going to look a little bit the same for me up here in the press box, but gains about 1 yard, so it's going to be about a 3rd down and 4 with 7:42 left to go here in this contest. Got to pick up the first down. We said a good 5-minute drive if you can, and they'll try to milk some more clock off this. Gage Graham will shift over as Nazir Kemper in motion. Pop motion man going to the first down and more. To the 50, cuts it back inside Ardmore territory, right outside the 45-yard line. 1st and 10, move the chains.
Really just an amazing run by him again. Just so powerful.
And your Lawton Firefighters instant replay, proudly supporting the community they serve. And the ball now in Ardmore territory, right outside the 45-yard line. New fresh set of downs, and the clock continues to roll at the 7-minute mark of this contest. Gage Graham. It's going to be another handoff coming to the near side of the field and taken down to about the 42-yard line.
And if you're Macarthur, you're liking picking up 3 and 4 yards. I mean, in a cloud of dust, right, on a turf field. But that's exactly what you're looking for.
Yeah, we can't use a cloud of dust anymore.
I know.
Right?
We never go anywhere that has any dirt.
Alphys is the only one that has the dirt field that I can remember, in our class in 5A. Most artificial turfs now. Less water bill for the grass around in Oklahoma. A little toss pitch over to Nazir Kemper. Man, he runs into an Ardmore defensive line that crashes down hard. That's going to be a loss of yards. So you're going in the wrong direction back to the 45-yard line.
Bring up a 3rd and 10.
Oh, that's not what you want. A 3rd and 6 to now 3rd and 10 at the 6-minute mark. We are now halfway through this quarter. Half a quarter to go. But Macarthur still hangs on to an 8-point lead. That's what they need for second place.
I still don't think you have to throw the ball here. You just don't have to.
Well, he's thrown one pick tonight. Gage Graham will shift over, running back to his left. Fake handoff, rolling to the far side of the field. Going to throw, and that's just going to be incomplete. So it's going to be 4th down and decision time for the Highlanders, I think. But, our punting hasn't been the greatest, but you still don't want them.
You need to punt.
Yeah, I understand that. You don't want to give them great field position with. Remember, the Ardmore Tigers took the first play, jet sweep to the far side of the field, scored on a 50-yard dash to the end zone. PAT was missed. It went up 6-0. And then the second time Ardmore got the ball, it was a 62-yard touchdown run. 2 plays, 2 touchdowns, 2-point conversion. They were up 14-0. And the Highlanders came and reeled off some points as the punting situation is here for the Highlanders standing back. As 45 backs up, little pooch kick and bounces at the 30 and then goes out of bounds. Right there at the 29. So not really much, but you kind of pin them back. You got 5:29 left to work with. Remember, this really is a point situation, so Ardmore can really, make a difference, not only trying to win the ball game, but if they can take any of the 7-point advantage of the Ardmore Tigers, then they can get Macarthur to fall. And we said Macarthur can finish 2nd, 3rd, or 4th in this district based on this game, based on points. So now you nervously wait for 5:29 left to go with trips here on the near side. Carson in the shotgun formation. It's going to be a handoff coming to the near side of the field. He's got some running room, got a block on the edge, and then runs out of real estate. Isaiah Gray made sure he didn't tackle him or do anything else outside with the help of Montez Edwards.
It's 10 yards and a 1st down.
Yeah, and that's how you do it, and you stop the clock. So 5:20 remain. 30-22 is your score. Highlanders on top. Ardmore with the ball and on the move. But they're on their own 40-yard line. Carson will have 2 receivers on the far side. High snap, handoff.
Oh, you got to make that tackle. You got to make it. Oh, there you go.
You get the second one, but the first one was missed right at the original line of scrimmage. Gain of a couple.
Good job defense because they really had to hang on to him. You'll see one guy hits him, they're holding on to him, and he comes up and finishes it off. That's just really, really good defense there.
So now at the 5-minute mark of this contest, 30-22, Macarthur leads over the Ardmore Tigers. Remember, this is an Ardmore team that defeated the Macarthur Highlanders in the 2014 state championship year. Only loss of the season to this team right here. 2 receivers on the near side. Looks to throw, runs on the run, runs out of real estate, spin move, and a nice, decent move and a progression for the quarterback. Keep and nowhere to throw and gets up to about the 46-yard line.
And they got a ton of time here to do what they want to do. And they can run just about any part of their offense, but it's going to be 3rd down and about 4. And so this, again, is another big down for Macarthur to be able to make them have to get a 4th down conversion.
Yeah, and they'll go 4-down territory this time
sure.
now. So there will be no more punting for the Ardmore Tigers with 4:09 left to go here in this contest. 2 receivers near side, far side. Carson, Macarthur showing blitz, coming off the edge. Little throw. Oh, and that's going to be high and away and incomplete.
That's a good job. It's good coverage. We're backing up here, and we're in coverage.
Trying to go to Scott's way.
All he had to do was catch that. I mean, that ball hit him right in the hands.
That's, unfortunate when you have a great play
good for
design
Macarthur.
and it wasn't executed. So, yeah, a little down. And it's a 4th down situation as the clock stops with the incomplete pass at the 4-minute mark, 30-22, Big Mac with the lead.
I'm going to be shocked if they don't run some sort of sweep here as much success as they've had.
So Carson, back of the shotgun formation. Back to pass, little swing pass to the near side. We're all corralled.
That's
it. Don't do anything. Just take him down and take him out of bounds.
That's it.
So Isaiah Gray and Nazir Kemper and a turnover on downs. Now you milk the clock.
Well, they've got their timeouts.
Yes.
So they should have 2 left, I believe. Yes, they have 2 left. So they used one earlier.
Okay, so we have all 3 of our timeouts. So 4th down, going for it, and turnover on down. So the Highlanders.
That's just what I thought they would do. Try to do that little swing pass. They've been getting that ball outside, trying to run the sweeps or to try to get that out in the flat. That's what they've tried all night long. And it's worked a lot. Hang on the ball, Bush.
And Bush, handoff, still moves the pile, still pushing, no whistle, still pushing, and then forward progress. Finally, we have 3 linemen over there that were just kind of, 2 Ardmore and a
He gets
Macarthur
like 5 yards, and he really only got about 2.
Yeah, just all it is. Okay, so I think we've got finals to give you across the network. Congratulating Blanchard in a tight one on the OSN 1, where it was 7-0. Blanchard at home wins the district. And thank you, as we were able to get a couple of Blanchard games in on the network because some of our teams had games to play. Graham has to snag that one out of the air. Handoff. Then goes down to about the 35-yard line.
Now, Ardmore's going to use a timeout here.
So they'll take a timeout. We'll take a timeout. Looks like Macarthur's called one.
No,
they didn't.
It's
Okay.
not Macarthur.
We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
It's a calling that's kept us free. It's a place to belong. What's the calling? It's doing a job that makes a difference. Serving your community and your country. It's part-time service where the impact is full-time. What's your calling? Air Force Reserve.
All right, back here in Noble Stadium after the timeout, we're going to give you some final scores throughout the network. Glad you could join us. Del City over Lawton High, 35-22. Carl Obert over Eisenhower, 31-0. Duncan beat Southeast, 42-0. El Reno over Altus. They were first in our district, 68-7. Weatherford over Cache, 52-21. Newcastle beats Elk City, 49-21. Chickasha over Elgin, 59-14. And we told you Blanchard over Tuttle, 7-0. Gage Graham in the shotgun formation. Handoff to Bush. Bush makes one man miss, the second into the secondary, first down, and move the chains right outside the 29-yard line, and that will milk the clock again as they've called the first timeout. They've got they put that on us. I think Macarthur called timeout.
They did not call timeout.
Okay.
There's no way we call timeout. There's
he
no
pointed
way.
He pointed in our direction, but
it ain't right.
Okay, I understand.
Because I saw the coach walk out on the field and call the timeout.
Well, whether the board is right or they've got one left, it says that they've got 2.
It says we both have 2, but that ain't right.
All right, so Gage Graham and company will continue to move with 2:44 left to go. Another handoff to Bush. Makes a man miss. Down to the 10, down to the 5. He will not be denied. He crosses the goal line. He'll score. Touchdown, Macarthur!
That should have iced it.
That's Bush.
That's all Bush.
And
give
you
me
see him
more.
Stretched out?
Give me more of that.
And that will extend the lead now to the Highlanders to make sure
Good
that
job.
they are going to put second place in the books. And you know what? You go back and you say, what happened to us in El Reno? We could have finished first in the district, but to no avail. That was the hand that we were dealt with. The PAT coming up. Ball down. Kick up. Kick on its way. And this kick is good. So it's 37-22 with 2:32 left to go in this contest. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Sign Company has been serving Oklahoma and surrounding states for over 60 years. As a family-owned business, our focus has always been on driving people to your door, not just selling you a sign. From custom sign design and manufacturing to installation and service, AeroSign has the knowledge and experience to deliver the ideal sign for you while using materials of the highest quality to ensure that your sign will look great for years and years to come. We design and manufacture our signs for longevity, so you get the greatest return on investment possible. AeroSign Company, helping your business thrive since 1955.
Welcome back to Noble Stadium, home of the Ardmore Tigers. Macarthur Highlanders extend their lead 37-22, and your Waynes kickoff. Let's go to Waynes. Ball teed up at the 40-yard line. Sad to see Week 10 of the regular season come to an end. It is going to be one hopped, and then taken down at the 22-yard line because he tried to pick that
really
up and
wasn't,
had to go down with his
That really
knees.
wasn't what he wanted to do.
No, he wanted to pick up and run, but then it kind of got away from him.
He thought, well, I better get on this because Coach will kill me if I run this over right here.
So 2:31 of the 2-minute offense to conclude the Week 10 ball game. Now remember, Ardmore not only wins, but they will be hosting next week. And I say, how can I say that? Because they're going to finish in fourth place.
If they're four, who are they going to play in one? So they'll play a.
Four. If they're four, they'll play. Okay, let's hear. Okay, ones play 8s, 2s play 7, 3s play 6. They'll play a 5 over there. So I think, they'll play a 5th seed over, and I don't know if that's Guthrie, Eisenhower maybe, something like that. They'll be hosting, though. Trips here on the near side, straight back to pass. Little swing out the gate with a pass to the 20, to the 25, and then upended right there.
That's really about all that they've had, in the second half is that little swing pass and then running to the corners. But they're going to beat some. They're going to beat some people in the playoffs. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah. They've got talent,
they're good.
They've got speed.
They're going to be good.
And Macarthur's kind of figuring out kind of what works best for them with the 1-2 punch with Nazir Kemp. Well, I can't say without Isaiah Gray too. A 1-3 punch.
Oh yeah, there's a 3.
Isaiah Gray,
3 or
Nazir
4.
Kemper, and then you have Bush coming in to kind of, and they're all different runners. They have the flag on the play initially after this gets started.
Oh, he kind of clubbed him in the head.
No flag called outside of the.
He's lucky. It's a false start on them, but he's lucky because he gave him a club to the head just after the play was over with. And you're thinking as a coach, we don't need penalties right here. We're going the wrong way. But, man, they can break one in a minute. You better look out.
Yeah, I mean, you better keep on your toes. It's Cal Swanson. Quarterback in the shotgun formation with trips on the far side. Loads and throws, and that is picked off. Off to the races to the 10, trying to make it a pick 6, and he will go out of bounds at the 5-yard line. So that's, you get them uncomfortable with what they want to do. They have to do something. 1:32 left to go in this contest. 37-22, Big Mac on top.
Number 24 picks that ball off, and he's a big, tall guy anyway.
Yeah, that's Von Pope.
Von Pope, yep. He does a good job.
Pope was able to pick it and wanted to pick 6, but got stopped there at the 5-yard line.
So do you victory here, or do you punch it in?
No, I think, I would say victory, but, they have timeouts they can use.
You always ask me, so I'm going to ask you.
Yeah, that's interesting. No, they say
I'm victorying.
Yeah, that's what they're set up in right here. They are set up in the kneel down. Yeah, and they will take a knee, and that's really classy. You got the points you need, you got the win. There's no need on the pick. You didn't get the pick 6.
They run the clock.
Well, and he's saying run it. Yeah, okay, that's it. They had stopped the clock, and no one had called timeout. Because you say if that's be the case, then you do punch it in. If you're going to say, okay, if you're not going to run the clock, but I understand just paying attention of there and.
He's going to reset the 25
says reset the 25-second clock, too, and he's not doing it. And
yeah, he will now.
He's going to have to call timeout to get that done.
There it is. He's like, you reset the 25-second clock.
Oh. Okay, so then where the clock stopped at 1:04, and there is a timeout.
He's going to let it run again.
We'll take a timeout and be back.
Did he call a timeout? I don't think so.
Well, because –
no,
yeah, they're not, because I say, who's called timeout? So we just had to stop the clock, reset the clock, let's go here. You took the kneel down with 1:12. And like I said, really classy for Macarthur, not punching it in. They don't need to get any more. You got the points to decide the district, what you needed, and that's what you came to do, is get your win, get your 7 points. Congratulations. The Macarthur Highlanders will finish second in the district behind El Reno. And then it will be followed by Duncan and then Ardmore, and that is your top 4, and then it goes from there. You don't want any extracurriculars. He said he took a kneel down. You don't need to do anything else than that, but they'll make that down there. They'll have to only snap it one more time because it's 36 seconds left to go and 31 on the play clock. So this will be the final, and then you just kind of shake hands and say, congratulations, let's go home. And that's going to be a nice bus ride home for the Macarthur Highlanders for an hour and 45 minutes to be able to do that.
There's been a lot of nights we drove home from here and not winners, I promise you that. This is not an easy place to play.
No, it's not. Nice place, nice facility, nice hospitality here at Ardmore.
Nice people, yeah.
And that is going to be it. Took the final kneel down, 3-2-1. It is in the books. Macarthur goes on to win 37-22. They finish second in the district behind the El Reno Indians. We'll take a timeout, do your postgame show from Burger King. Is coming up right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Boom Pa's Burgers in Elgin, bringing back the old-fashioned burger we all remember and love, made fresh daily and seasoned just right with 7 different seasonings, making it explode with flavor. Boom Pa serves up daily special burger baskets, half-pound burgers, and the famous Boom Pa Burger. Why not try their famous chili cheese fries or homemade milkshakes and floats? Just one bite and you'll know Boom Pa's has brought back the old-fashioned burger experience. Open Monday through Saturday, 11 until 9. Call-ins welcome. Boom Pa's off Highway 277 in Elgin.
Time for your post-game show brought to you by Burger King. Final once again, the Macarthur Highlanders 37-22 as they finish second in the district behind El Reno. Post-game brought to you by the fine folks at Burger King. Finals across the network that you could enjoy and go back and watch on demand. Del City beat Lawton High 35-22. Carl Albert over Eisenhower back at Cameron Stadium 31-0. Duncan beat Southeast 42-9. El Reno over Altus 68-7. Weatherford defeated Cache 52-21 in a district showdown. Newcastle over Elk City 49-21. Chickasha beating Elgin 59-14. And Blanchard wins the district on OSN 1. Boy, that's great to have a couple of Blanchard games. They've got a great tight defense. That was a defensive battle. They win 7-0, and our final here 37-22. Jay, tell you what, you couldn't ask for a better outing as far as a finish to your regular season. You're going to host at least the next 2 games, so you're going to have the in-round game, and we said that 2s will play 7s. It will be Guyman more than likely. And if Guyman wants to opt out, Macarthur may have a bye.
Let's hope
or
they don't.
Or they may play, and then they'll go on from there. So, and then hosting the next 2 weeks at Cameron Stadium. Now we're going to have a playoff rundown show to tell you who's playing who Sunday night at 7 o'clock across the network on a Facebook Live. You can join us. Don't forget Tuesday, Salas is the coaches show. We talk Lawton High, Eisenhower, Cache, and Elgin. All about that. Elgin is in the playoffs. We talked about that today. They found out that I think they were lower in the seeds, but they're going to go ahead and play.
That's awesome.
And so they're going to continue on. So we'll have all of those on Sunday.
If I'm Macarthur, I think that I've at least gotten some identity to who I am finally by this point of the season.
That's true, and you want to do that right now.
Yeah, and you want to peak at the right time of year, and they're peaking right now. This was probably the most. Now, yes, there was some crazy stuff going on. Yeah. Okay, but
fumbles.
Overall, you played a really good football team here tonight, and coming here and winning on the road is not easy ever. But I'm impressed with the fact that defense played well. Offensively, we moved the ball. Offensively, we ran the ball really well. And I think if anything, coach is probably going to say we've got to be able to run the ball like that every single week to be competitive in the playoffs throughout as we go along. So I think if they can do that, Mac has some games they can win.
Okay, so hopefully we'll see you next Friday at Cameron Stadium. We'll be hosting there. Can't wait as we start playoffs. Week 10 is finished, and now we can get to playoffs. The only thing is COVID could kind of put a curveball on some of these teams because if you get it, you're done. And there's all kinds of scenarios. We'll talk about that on our Sunday show as well.
Win or go home.
Winner or go home, that's right. So for Caleb Sherm, our cameraman, Kelton Mims, our producer, for Jay Burke, this is Eric Sherm bidding you a pleasant good evening. Final score, once again, 37-22, Big Mac over the Ardmore Tigers here at Noble Stadium. You've been watching a presentation of Big Mac football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Boomer.
Sooner.